chasing victory each day. Hockey heart soaring, the FSBN way. Fly with the team, where Coastal leads the way. Coastal Airways, we're lighting up the night. From city lights to the rink, spirits take flight. Season of legends, heroes on the run. New York Rangers riding till the batters are won. Coastal Airways, we're lighting up the night. From city lights to the rink, spirits take flight. Season of legends, heroes on the run. New York Rangers riding till the batters are won. Boarding at sunrise, the Rangers fly high. Coastal Airways ready for another sky. Jet engines roaring, blue and red in view, bringing hockey dreams to cities old and new. Coastal Airways, we're lighting up the night. From city lights to the rink, spirits take flight. Season of legends, heroes on the run. New York Rangers riding till the banners are won. MD-80's gleaming, the crew all in line. Checklist complete. Tailwinds on time from Broadway's bright lights to the great white north. We're simulating glory, carrying legends forth. Coastal Airways, we're lighting up the night. From city lights to the rink, spirits take flight. Season of legends, heroes on the run. New York Rangers riding till the banners are won. Coastal Airways, across the USA. Rangers on board, chasing victory each day. Hockey heart soaring, the FSBN way. Fly with the team, where Coastal leads the way. Coastal Airways, we're lighting up the night. From city lights to the rink, spirits take flight. Season of legends, heroes on the run. New York Rangers riding till the batters are won. Coastal Airways, we're lighting up the night. From city lights to the rink, spirits take flight. Season of legends, heroes on the run. New York Rangers riding till the batters are won. Boarding at sunrise, the Rangers fly high. Coastal Airways ready for another sky. Jet engines roaring, blue and red in view, bringing hockey dreams to cities old and new. Coastal Airways, we're lighting up the night. From city lights to the rink, spirits take flight. Season of legends.
There we go. What's up, folks? Welcome to the FSBN channel. We are here in Dallas looking to go to Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to take these Rangers on the last trip of the 2025-26 season. We're almost done here. We got Fort Lauderdale tonight. We'll go to Tampa, and then we're done. We go home and then ship the airplane back, ferry empty, and then we're retiring the MD-80's. This is the last MD-80 run for at least this team. You will not see this airplane on the line if all goes well. You won't see it on the line next year. So this is it. Let's jump in the flight deck and we are going to get this show on the road. We're cold and dark. We got a 8 o'clock push at 7:30ish, so we'll see. I kind of want to get it out of here and turn it around quick. I did reinstall the airplane last night. Hopefully that fixed it, but I don't know. All right, let's do this right now. Let me know if you can hear me. That's number one. Battery switch coming on. I don't know if I heard that. I don't know if I heard that. I should hear something. Let me see if I hear anything. Okay, so I'm going to throw the pump switch on. Okay, I don't hear anything, so that's not good. I should be hearing some cockpit sounds. Give me a second. Can you guys hear anything? Let's do a sound check here. Sound check, that's probably why. I hear it now. We're good. Okay. Okay, that's good. We're going to go ahead and throw on the right side start. We're going to go start pump on. Let's check the EMER power. We'll go throw the emergency power on. So on the emergency bus, you can hear the fans kicking in. Let's check this, check that.
Fire left engine.
Good, good,
Fire
good.
right engine.
Kill the bell.
Fire left engine.
All right, let's start it up. APU coming on the battery start. It's the battery start for the APU. So we'll come over here. We're going to throw this to run, start, let it go, and that's going to do its thing. Welcome aboard. If you're on the chat, let me know. Cha, how are you? Hopefully you're doing all right, man. Let's get this thing started up and fired up and going. There we go. We got the RPMs coming up. Let's go outside, check it out. Southwest jet on the taxi right now. I'm waiting for the, there it goes. We gotta wait, right? Gotta wait for it to go. APU's firing up. You can see it here. This is the EGT, and exhaust gas temperature. Make sure it doesn't get that. We're good on the bus. Now we got AC power on the aircraft, so what you're going to do is that whole sequence, how cool this airplane is, that whole sequence drain the batteries. Take a look at the, when I throw the EMER power, watch. EMER power is off. We got bat volts there that's showing positive. See the negative charge on the amps? It's because now the battery charger is working to get it charged. So that's going to go to zero eventually as the APU charges it. But that's a pretty cool thing that's all simulated. I love it. All right, stop pump's off. Once it's not like the 717. Once it's on, it's on. Okay, EMER lights coming on. Emergency power is off for now. We're going to hold off on everything else. We should have a cockpit door open. We do now. All right, let's go ahead and open the doors. We'll get that going. I can't remember if I started my, I don't think I did. I gotta start my 8 cars. cars is starting. Gonna do leg 2. Payload's good, all that's good. You guys excited to see the MD-80 go home? This is it, man. We're done. At least for the New York Rangers. Main door is coming open, and I will get GSX on the run here. get that going. In the meantime, I'm going to drop down here. We'll get everything fixed. Good on the air rack. It is Kilo DAL Dallas. I'll throw that up there. We're going to go to the limit menu page. We'll go to there. Nope, sorry. Menu page there. AOC. Pre-flight. Initialize data. Request and see what it pulls in for us. Alright, well that does that. Last page is there. Click that. Click the route. And now I'm just going to hold Dallas to Fort Lauderdale. Dallas Fort Lauderdale is there. You can see that. It's good to go. So I'm going to click return. And I'll click co-route. Throw that in there. Okay, that's good to go. Dallas 1-3 left. We're departing. The winds are pretty strong. And departures, we're going to be departing runway Lindre 5. Lindre 5 departure and the Zala transition. We'll be heading in southbound, southwest heading. Our route of flight today is through Louisiana. We'll go down through Louisiana. We'll go feet wet over the Gulf. And then pop out the other side right over Fort Myers, and then pretty much we're home free in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is our base, folks. We're very familiar with the airport. Arrivals, we're going to be taking with the Techie 4 arrival. And we're doing the, was it defund? Oh, it's Peacock transition. Peacock transition. There you go. I'll hold off on the runways yet. It's just a little too far away. We'll activate it. We'll execute it. We'll go to perf page. Zero fuel weight, just like always on these flights. Zero fuel weight is 1017. We kind of know that by heart now. It seems a little on the low side. We're usually like 103, I think. Huh, we are right. Okay, we're good. Fuel. This sector, we're going to be at 24,000 pounds of fuel today. 24.0/N. That's normal. Manual burn. Reserves, we don't have any reserve airport today. On alternate, we have nothing. Just 4,000 pounds. Maybe 5,000 pounds there. We're going to cruise out to 350 today. And I will check that, but that's kind of what I'm anticipating. Get some tailwinds. Get there a little quicker. 206, that's another thing I'm looking forward to. An airplane that can go 8.2, which is going to be the 757. We're going to push that sucker next year for all she's worth. There's our cruise winds. We'll get that in there. Deviation is going to be a +4 today. So we'll put that in there. Outside and everything else is good. Go to the takeoff. We'll hold right there. We got to get our data going. Let's get the fuel going. I've got everything written down I need. And now we will call GSX to get refueled. What's up now? Park brake is set, bro. Nope. Okay. I do want to request refueling, but I want to make sure they put the right dang fuel amounts in the airplane. I said 5.6. They're saying 5.3. And I'm going to go 5.6 or 5.7 so they don't rip me off on the fuel. And then we're going to shift this down just to about 21.8. That's good enough. Good enough for government work there, 21.8. All right, so 21.8 right there. We'll get that done. That's our trim setting, by the way. Well, this airplane's wonky like that. You gotta set your trim right, like any airplane. But okay, I'm good with those numbers. We have 50 passengers on this airplane, the team. And now we'll click performance. Before I do that, I want to get some fueling going, so we're not waiting forever. Let's go ahead and request refueling. I really want to be out here in about 20 minutes if I can get it. I'll pop that forward door stair open, and I'm going to say get the stairs. Ooh. Pull the stairs in. they should be operating stairs for us. Get the stairs in. There's that Learjet taking off. Come on, dude. Is it coming? Texaco. Pops, how are you? Pops, hopefully you're feeling better. Maybe, right? Cage it. That's done and caged. While we're waiting on the gas, the fuel truck's pulling up right now. Just gonna do a couple things to get that done. We're gonna go flight director, make sure both flight directors are online, 1 and 2. They're on, and then I'm gonna go takeoff, checked. We won't do the overhead just yet. All right, here we go. We're getting the fuel pumped in. I'm waiting for the gas. Yep, it's coming up. All right, good. I want you to operate the stairs. Cancel. Stairs on the airplane. Yes, there, I can see them. Whoa. All right, good. Stairs are on the aircraft. I'm going to open the aft cargo, get those open, and we're going to start boarding them in a minute. While it does that, I'm going to do performance now on the airplane, and we'll finish that. Performance, we're going to autofill. We're going to go flap 11 today. NIS is off, packs are on, 124.9, I got that. Click it. Okay, we got normal takeoff, so no derate today. Our takeoff weight's going to be right around 124. What did you say? 124.8. Yeah. Okay, zero fuel weight was 101.7. Flap 11. Runway 13 left. I don't know. It definitely said we had early in the day it was wet because it had some rain and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure we don't have, you know, a issue with that. Let me just check the NOTAMs. We did have it before, so give me a second. Right now, love field, good. Nope. I checked the NOTAMs earlier, but you know, you never know. It was at 555. That was, you know, wet. But it's not saying it's wet today, so right now, so we're good to go. We'll keep it dry. And we're going to go 129, 134, 143. The Atlas Skyline Club, how are you? Good afternoon. Good evening, that's right. Hopefully you're well. Thanks for joining us. Okay, we got our maneuvering speed 229. We got V-slat at 186, and we got a flap at 140. So the biggest thing for us is going to be that slat retraction, but it's going to show us. So we're going to bring it up to about 229. So I'm going to set this this bug up to about 210, 220, right around there. As a Southwest jet flying out of here. Okay, 220 is set, and let's go ahead and plug in the rest of the data. There's some work we have to do with the box still. We're still not done. 129. We're going to go 134. 143. One thing we do have to do is get cooling in the cabin. I bet you it's pretty darn hot out there right now. So, yeah, it's about 40. Let's see here. It's about 25 degrees Celsius. So it's pushing 80, 90 degrees there. We don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the APU bleed, and we're going to go ahead and throw a pack on. That's our pack, and you can see, well, why don't we have any pack air? Well, it's because we got to open the cross feeds. We get those cross feeds open, we should start hearing some, look at that Learjet, man, that thing's quick. We get some air in there, and now we've got air in the duct, so we're getting air conditioning into our cabin. That's going to start coming down, which I want to see. All right, good stuff. Back to the box. We're not done. Okay, that is good to go. Let's go to the legs page. We're going to go route data. And I have already spared you the work I've already wrote everything down I needed. This is very manual, right? This is an MD-80 built in the 80s, so there's no data uplink, unfortunately. Zala, we're taking it's going to be 23048. Right there. And then we're going to go to the next page, and we'll go Nate, 252.34, 252 at 34 knots. Very light. It's not like it's crazy winds up here. It's not. Baca changes us again. It's going to be a little bit bumpy on the climb, guys. There's a lot of wind shifting going on up at altitude, so I do expect some bumps coming out of here. It will smooth out as we get into Florida, but for now, it's going to be a little choppy on the climb. 301.29, and that's going to be over Dowie, or Dowry. And then RSW is probably our last one. Nope, we don't have to worry about it then. Okay, that's good. Let's go to the descent page, and I'm going to do that right now while we're here. Okay, we're going to go forecast. We're going to take let's go 300. We're going to go 300. We're looking at 020 or 20/45. Okay, and then we're going to do the next one at 240. By the way, I'm growing a playoff beard, not for the Rangers, but for the Mammoth. So the Mammoth have clinched the spot. Good for them, right? 29. So we're growing a playoff beard. You know what? I've never grown a beard. Like, I've never had a full beard. Never had the desire to grow one. I mean, I probably had one in college, but I don't remember. It was like a chin strap. It was anything. All right, that's good. My son saw me today. He's like, Dad, that's one day? I'm like, yeah, this is just one day of not shaving. He's like, holy crap. So, you know. Here comes the playoff beard. All right, that's good to go. Okay, the box is now complete. So I'm going to the box. The box is complete. All good to go. Let's look at the pressure here in Dallas. Clear that. How are we doing on the fuel? Yep, we're fueled up, so I'm going to write the numbers down. 9250 over 9250, and we're looking at 5600 in the center. Gives us a total fuel 24,100 pounds. I'm going to sign my name over to that. I will co-sign that. And our oil quantity, 13 over 14. We definitely have to fill it up when we get to Fort Lauderdale. And our hydraulics, 1515. Good. Okay, all's good so far. Let's get the heck going. So what I'm going to do is call for boarding. And then once we get the boarding done, I'm going to start doing our flows on the overhead. Request boarding, please. No, but we do need the push bar attached, but not right now. Okay, that's done. Oh gosh, overhead, we're going to go normal, normal, normal. Push that in, that's good. Coming on down here, that looks good. Galley power's on, those are off. That's auto and open. Off, off, Emer lights are on. Seatbelt's coming on now. That's good. Anti-ice coming on. I can elect to turn on all the pumps, and I will. I'll just do that right now. It's one less thing I have to do. Slide on up, looking good. And you can see the bats it's now charged, so that battery charger from the APU is now good. And that should shift to the right. That means we've got positive. That's good to go. And then our APU's driving frequencies and volts. Excellent. Done there. That's good. That's good. That's good. Today's date is the 12th. It's month 4. 5,800 leg, second leg. Thank you. I filled that up myself last night when I shut the airplane down. Testing the autos, anti-skid. That's good. Coming down the chute. One on, one off, and we're looking at a landing altitude today at 65 feet. So I'll zoom in here. It's kind of an old school pressurization panel, and we're looking at a 3023 when we land. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay, rate flow is good to go. We'll check that. That's good. Coming on up. Engine sync is off. Ground prox test is coming up. Wind shear test coming up. That's off. That's off. Stall test.
Steer.
Pull up.
I like to do this because I want to see.
Tailwind. Steer.
That's
Tailwind. Steer.
good.
Tailwind. Steer.
Good.
DAL,
Back speed, good.
Over
That's
speed.
off. That's off. Good, good. Cabin. The temperature's coming down. I can use a little bit more colder air here. That's auto and off. Annunciator lights are on. Good to go. We got a fail lock or lock fail. That's because I just screwed it up. That might stay on the whole dang flight. We'll see. Test our emergency or oxygen. Good. We'll come down here. Test this. I don't foresee any issues. Let's go. Just going to test it. Where are you? Good, good. Take off, test this. Good, tested. Coming on across. I'll give you a brief here in a minute. We're just going to test our stuff. Test the EPers. That's straight up. We're going to go take off full thrust today. And we'll take off this. Test that. Good. Zero fuel weight should be set. 1017. That's good. All right, we're going to check our hydraulics. We should see them charge up. Hydraulic pressure's coming up. Those flaps kind of drop. It's called droop, hydraulic creep, is what we call it. And that is definitely a thing. Good. Good. I'm just looking for movement on the alternate. Check that. That's our valve. I should see that opening. Check this.
Brake. Butt lap.
That should drive closed when that's open. It's good. 24. That's standby. Test it. We'll get a clearance here in just a minute. That's good. Takeoff armed. Everything's zeroed out. We're good. We got a good jet. Let's go ahead and
System test, okay.
we're gonna get our clearance. We'll get you going on the charts here. Let's do a brief. We're gonna do the SID, and we're doing the what the heck SID was it? Did I even have a SID on this? The Linder 5, I think, right there. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're going to be taking off out of 1-3 here. We're going to go to desert below 6,000, so I've got that on my flight plan. Then we've got haze above 6,000, so right after we hit desert, we'll climb up. Then we got haze, Lindry, or Linder, whatever you want to call that. And then I think we're going to be taking the south rung, Thor, south track, Jane, Marsh, Zayla, and then we're out. That is the departure. We're going to go to the taxi chart. Take a look at this. That's our spots. We're going to take off obstacles. We got minimums. Okay, so as we depart here, we're over here somewhere. Just going to come out, go across. We'll be making a right out of here. We're blasting off. We'll start both engines today, and that is it. Really quick over here. I will get my lighting on because it's going to be a night flight by the time we blast off, start going east. It's going to be a fun one for us. Okay, why? Weird. Okay, runway heading. 133 on the course. Let's go to the heading of 133 now. If I can get there, this is sweet. All right, 133 is set. We're going to climb to an altitude of, top altitude at this, it's going to be 8,000 feet. Now, I don't know yet. We'll have to see what Say Intentions has to say about the issue, but we're done. We got a good jet, folks. Let's go ahead and get clearance on 127.9er, unless Fort Worth is on. They're not. 127.9 right there. Let's give him a call. Dallas Love Field, clearance, Riptide 5800, looking for IFR over to Fort Lauderdale.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Mr. Anderson himself,
Riptide
happy to catch the live stream.
5800, Dallas Love Field clearance cleared to Fort Lauderdale via the Landry 5 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 6000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.55, squawk 5715. Expect runway 13 left.
Okay, Landry 3 departure up to 6,000, 35010, 118.55, 5715 for the squawk. Riptide 5800. 5515.
Riptide 5800, read back correct.
All right, 6,000 guys, I forgot. Top altitude 6,000 set. The comment was, Captain Catch live stream retiring the old Mad Dog. What's the new Coastal Chariot gonna look like? We're retiring the Mad Dog for the New York Rangers. We're done. This airplane, it's probably going to be our spare. We'll use it as a spare, but that's about it. How's that? What's going to be the Chariot to replace the airplane? That's a good question. It's going to be the 757, sir. Next season, the 757 will be on the run, man. And I'm looking forward to that. I think a lot of us are. Let's get the back door up. This airplane has been great. The problem with it, we've been flying it for 3 years. It doesn't have the push we need to get out of Westchester with the weight we need, right? With all the cargo. And it's just, especially West Coast trips, it's really hard to, we're weight restricted out of the airport. Probably still be with the 7.5, but not even close to what this airplane gives us. So it's been a good bird, but you know, I think it's time. Prepare for push. It will still keep it in our fleet. No, I don't. We'll still keep it in our fleet, guys. It's just gonna be in a different airport.
Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Pop that panel lighting up a little bit. Let's get the lighting going here. We're gonna need it. Did I test that? There we go. Can't ever remember if I tested that or not. Last but not least, we'll get the panel lights up. Get this rotated. You guys know I like my lights about halfway.
Bypass pin inserted.
Good. Ah, very nice. I can't wait for this 5.7. Me either, man. I am chomping at the bit to get my hands on that bad boy. All right. Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot to do? That's coming on. That's coming on. One quick little item before we push. I'm going to run my checklist, but I also have to connect. Let's do the checklist. Zero fuel weight is set. Takeoff condition computer set. Stabilized trim is set. Flaps. Takeoff selector is set. Airspeed bugs TRP set. Fuel and fuel pumps, they are on. Doors are closed. Hydraulics are on high. We're ready to go. I do need to do one quick thing before we're done. And I'm going to go and contact our CPDLC, which I completely forgot to do again. And I'm going to go connection. All right, I want to get out of here. Nose left. Yes.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right, ground 121.75. Dallas Love ground, Riptide 5800 at signature push.
Riptide 5800, Dallas Love Field ground, pushback approved, tail southeast.
Okay, push approved, tail southeast. All right, guys, let's go. Beacon lights coming on. Brakes off.
Commencing push.
Okay, we're on the
All
push.
engines clear. Start at will.
There we are, and run. Timeout 0025. It's pretty good. Pretty darn on point here. All right. Center kilo. notify.
Southwest.
I'm going to go start number 1. So you're going to come over here. We're going to go Bravo side. We're going to throw the pack
Southwest
off.
1274, Dallas Love Field
Fire.
ground here, go ahead.
Left valve open.
Local ground, Southwest 1274, requesting push and start.
Southwest 1274, push and start approved,
Please
tail
set
west.
parking brakes.
Okay, park brakes coming set. Brake set. Current ATC, we've got it. Thank you. CPLDC is connected. 22, here we go. Fuel's in. Fuel's up. And wait for it, wait for it. Got the light. Got a light off. Look at about 42% on the N2. EGT, I'm watching that too. If that gets crazy, we're going to shut it off. There we go. Now you're going to go ahead and throw the valve off. Valves off. Check the electrics. Good, good, good. Let's go ahead and fire number 1. Number 1 coming to ground. Number 2 coming to ground. We've got right start valve open. Let's get to your comments. None shall pass. Good evening, Captain. How are you, Mac? Rhino uniform tonight? Are we part 91? No, we're not.
Left is clear. Right
Man,
is clear.
I didn't want to put it on. You know what? This is why. Because this is the Coastal hockey shirt. It's going to be on sale because the end of the season sale. And it's going to be about 20% off at the FSBNshop.com. Lights up. I've got the pin. Good. So it will be on sale for 20% off when we're done with the
Southwest
stream.
1511, runway 13 left taxi via Bravo 3.
So
Mike,
that's
Mike
why I'm
6.
wearing it. Just a little promotion. I'll have it on the next flight. How's that? Good call. You guys always call me out on that. Hey, what are you doing? That's why. All right, on the right side, frequency's good. Bat volt's coming through. Looks good there. All right, guys, we got a good jet, 2 good starts, 2 good motors so far. Let's go ahead and kill the APU now. That's coming off, and that's off. And bleeds are on. Packs are on. Clear that. Clear our A cars. All that's good. Captain's side. We're going to shut our door. I'm going to go deny, but we got to close it first. Door's closed. Deny. All right, we'll have to write that up. That's kind of a weird deal. Coming down this chute. Flaps coming down to 11. Slats are out. Flaps are out now. All right. All right, let's hope we have a good jet, guys. Let's hope we have a good airplane. We don't have any, I'm not going to say that curse word. Crash to desktop. We do not want that. Before taxi checks. Armed. Okay, air conditioning panel is not set. I've got to shut these off. Now their cross bleeds valves are set. Okay, pitot heat ignition. They are on captain's side. Good. Anti-ice off. Engine instruments check. Flight controls free. Flaps and slats. I got a green light. Take off at 11 degrees. Transponder is on TARA, and pneumatic cross-feed valves are closed. For taxi checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and call ground. We got a lot of aircraft on departure here, so I'm going to have to use the CTAF frequency for this. Well, give me a second. It's going to be weird how we're going to do this. Kilo CTAF Dallas, because I am on VATSIM. Ah, you stupid thing. Dot CTAF Dallas 123.7. So what we're going to do is dial that in. 123.7 is tower frequency. So I'll just show you 123.7. We're going to put that on this one. It's going to be weird, but I'll show you how we're going to do this. I don't have to do it now because I just don't. But okay, 121.5. Brakes are off. Let's go. Love Field ground, Riptide 5800 taxi, please, to 13 left. I got an aircraft coming. A real target.
Riptide 5800, runway 13 left, taxi via Alpha.
All right, 13 left via Alpha, Riptide 5800. We'll go after this aircraft. Where is this guy going? He's going to Charlotte. But he's not used to seeing an MD-80 here. Looks like I'm gonna have to do some calibration again on my head tracker. It's a little wonky.
Left field ground, southwest 1247, ready for taxi.
Southwest 1274, runway 13 left, taxi via Quebec, Bravo 5, Mike 6.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick test. Good. Okay, I'm gonna change frequency right now. 123.7. Look at that windsock, it's whipping pretty good. What do you guys think? You excited for a 7.5? On the channel, it's going to be a lot. I mean, you're going to see it a lot for this channel. Okay, why are you doing this to me?
Left traffic, HondaJet 15628 kilo, taking off runway 13 left, departing Charlotte, Dallas for departure.
Dallas left traffic, Riptide 5800 will be right behind that aircraft. We'll go into position and wait. Okay, takeoff. Takeoff config checked. Ignition selector is set to Bravo. Altimeters are set. ABS and spoilers are set. Takeoff checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and drop some flaps down. I'm going to get on lights coming on. Dallas left tower. Riptide 5800 ready to go. 13 left.
Riptide 5800, Dallas Love Field Tower, runway 13 left, hold short, 73 max on the runway.
I see him.
Approaching
All right, holding
13
short.
left.
I'm just going to take the position. Okay, lining up.
On runway 13
Dallas left tower,
left.
Riptide 5800 ready to go. 13 left.
And left traffic, HondaJet 15628 kilo, climbing through 9,000.
5800, runway 13 left, line up and
Climbing
wait.
through 900 for 8,000.
Line up and
Dallas
waiting.
for departure.
Riptide
Final call.
5800.
Dallas left traffic.
Riptide 5800, runway 13 left, winds 170 at 12, gusting 21. RNAV Dorset, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, clear for takeoff. 13 left. Dallas left traffic. Riptide 5800 taking off. 13 left. Dallas left. Alright, bringing it up. 15 armed. Push the nose down. Got thrust set. Man, I've got to do some calibration. Camp. Clamp. 80 knots. We'll release that pressure. fair go off that side.
Longfield Tower, Southwest 1274, holding short, runway 13 left, ready for departure.
Look at that thing. Oh, positive rate.
Southwest 1274, Dallas Love Field Tower, runway 13 left, winds 170 at 12, gusting 21. RNAV Dorset, cleared for takeoff.
Approaching runway 13 left.
Alright, good climb. Here we go, 6,000.
Riptide 5800, contact departure.
Okay, what departure's here? Dallas Love, Riptide 5800, headed to Dorset. Last call, hop going. 2,000. Trying to juggle two frequencies here, guys.
Traffic.
Departure, Riptide 5800, climbing through 24 for 6,000. Climb thrust set, push down to 15.
Riptide 5800, Lone Star departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
Okay, we're climbing via the SID, Riptide 1500. Push that nose down. Just about 15 degrees right there. I'm going to hold that. Lights coming out. I want to gain some more airspeed. Flaps are going to go to 0. And then we're going to retract our... There we go. All right, ready? There's the autopilot on. Flaps are 0. Slats are coming up. Autopilot's on. We got VNAV climb, nav track. Everything looks good. We're going to accelerate to 250 knots now. We're on climb. Let's go do our cleanup here, guys. Hydraulic pumps off. That's an override. Really? Jeez. Engine sinks on 1. Okay, 4,000 feet. We're accelerating. We're heading to desert through. We're going to climb via the SID. So we got to maintain 6,000 here. VNAV cap. So once we get to desert, we can start the climb above 6,000. Pretty much there now.
Riptide 5800, PIREP P from about 18 minutes ago indicates moderate chop at flight level 70 reported by a Boeing 383.
Alright, thanks for the heads up on the PIREP. We'll keep our eyes up. Alright, we're going to climb up now. We're going to go to 8,000 VNAV climb. Let's go. I'm going to turn on the weather radar. There is some crap here. And I'll shut that off. Get the weather radar, see what we got. Okay, above 6,000 feet now. We're going to keep on trucking. Top altitude's 8,000, so I've got that set. Yeah, it's bumpy. It's going to be choppy out here. You got some cumulus. There's some thunderstorm crap in the area, that kind of junk.
Riptide 5800, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Okay, 240 on the climb, Riptide 5800. 240 set, and VNAV climb, let's go. We're at 250 knots now. Alright, let's go see the outside of this bad boy. Look at that black smoke spewing out of this thing. You guys hear the 80s music? Just screams 1980s, doesn't it? Oh, man. Yes, it is getting retired. We are retiring the bird, at least from the New York Rangers charter flights. We won't be doing those anymore with this airplane. If all goes well, we'll be flying the 757. It's going to give us a lot more power to get out of these tight airports, especially out of Westchester. A little more automation is going to help us on these longer trips. Let's check the pressurization. What do you say? Something tells me I don't want to be good. This lock fail is just because of the door. We'll have to reset that when we get on the ground here. Cabin climb. It's good. We're coming up on the climb. The differential is good, so we're just going to keep our eye on that. This is coming off. Let's do a climb check. I'll get your comments here. We're going to increase our speed as the airplane accelerates. We're at this Lindry. I'm going to go ahead and knock it up to 80. They've got some crap ahead of us right now. Let's see what we got here. There. Okay, and weather on.
Riptide 5800, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Okay, 280 on the climb, Riptide 5800. 280 now. 280 set. Altitude armed. Okay, climb check. Ignition's off, APU off.
Stabilizer motion.
Fuel pumps are on. We're going to come up on the center tanks first. ABS and spoilers. ABS is now off. Spoilers are. Should be disarmed. It's disarmed now. Okay. Climb check and flaps and slats. Flaps are up. So you check this gauge here. Look at your slats too. The slats are a different system than the flaps are in this aircraft. Slats are going to be in this forward section of the wing, and they drop down like that. That's a slat. You guys probably know that, but some of you might not. And it works independently from the flaps. It's not like a 737 when you drop flap 1, the slats come down. This doesn't work like that. They're two separate systems. Slats, you could pop the slats out on its own. You know, just slats. So flap 0 here. So if I put this flap lever to 0, the slats come out. It's a pretty cool system. You know, there's things I'm gonna miss flying the airplane. That's one of them. There's a lot of cool. Like this airplane is just a tank. It is built like a tank. It could withstand anything. That's how it was in real life too. This airplane just absolutely took a beating and just kept going, right? Didn't even think about it. There's some weather here. Right down this side. It's all coming up north. It's coming from the south over the ocean. And it's wreaking havoc right now in
Riptide 5800, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Okay, 330 on the climb, Riptide 5800. So 330 now. 33,000 set. Now, look at your weights, 123.5. That's another thing we want to check. We just want to make sure our weight is good with our speed. So, if I look at my beautiful flight plan
Riptide
here.
5800, contact Fort Worth Center on 126.725.
126.72. See you. Fort Worth Center, Riptide 5800, climbing 17,000 for flight level 330. We're looking at point
Riptide 5800, Fort Worth Center, good evening.
Surely we can go faster than that. So 0.76 is what they want us to cruise at today.
Southwest 1274, climb and maintain flight level 370.
So at this weight, we're going to go 0.76, which sucks. It's so slow. There's 18,000. We got to do our flow here. Just give me a second. We're looking at weight of 123. We can go to 126 all the way up to 37,000. So they're giving us 35. We'll take it. That's probably optimum for our weight. That's another thing. I want to be able to climb a little higher. I can with the 7.5. It's the 7.5, guys. Just all around better airplane. It's going to be better for our mission and what we need it for. First of all, that airplane is just so powerful. It could get, and we can load that sucker up, which we're going to. We're going to load that airplane up with not only bags, their bags, the hockey team equipment, which is about 6,000 pounds of fuel. All right, we got to climb. We'll say Wilco with that. We understand it. Not only that, but the fact that it's got so much power on that airplane. It's 40. I want to say they're 41,000 pounds of thrust. Just to give you an idea, this aircraft right now, okay, these motors these motors are JT8s 219s, and they push about 19,000 pounds of thrust per side. Okay, maybe I think they're 20,000, or they're 19,000 pounds of thrust per side. I want to say. We're going to 41,000 pounds of thrust per engine. We're talking a massive kick in the teeth. That thing is like a hammer to a nail. It is an absolute beast. The power to weight ratio, the thrust to weight ratio on that airplane is absolutely nothing could beat it. No commercial airliner could beat that. Obviously the Concorde could, but it's not flying.
Southwest 1274, climb and maintain
The
flight level 390.
The 757 is what is prime for us in our mission out of Westchester. This airplane did great for 3 years. This is our 3rd year doing it. It just cannot. You know, this season I couldn't take it west. I couldn't take it to Edmonton. I couldn't take it to the West Coast swing, just because it didn't have the push. Even the 800 struggled out of that airport. And I'm talking, I want more revenue. How do we get more revenue? Well, push boxes, get belly cargo in there. That's how we get more revenue. And this airplane can't do it. It's weight restricted out of Westchester. Now, if we were going out of JFK, we got 13,000 foot of runway. Load it all up. I don't care. The airplane will be fine. Just take take more than, probably 3/4 of the runway, but still, it'll do fine. It's just Westchester's such a short real estate, so short. 6,500 foot of runway is not a lot of real estate. That's 2 degrees, guys. We got to turn on some engine anti-ice now. So we're going to go system to both. I'm going to throw the engine anti-ice on. 1, 2. 2 valves open. Good. And that's just going to help us. We're at 1 degree. We're getting into some slop up here, so we're going to get into some turbulence. It's light chop right now. Now let me get to your comments. I'll get off my soapbox. Hey, Sean, what's up, man? Sean's in the house. Let me see. Good evening in chat. I got that. None shall pass. How are you? All right, I'm caught up. Sean says, good evening, everyone. I remember the power back days. So great. Yeah, that's another thing about this airplane I love. You don't need a tug. You don't need a push bar. You don't need a pushback. You just pull the power back. You need power back because, when you throw the reverse thrust, I'm gonna say this airplane's cool. I know that this airplane's cool, but the mission is just not there for us right now. Let's see here. Power back days are cool. Hi Ed, how are you? Yep, ready for the 7.5. Yes, I am too, Sean. 7.5, the best. The 757 is the best used to fly in United 7.5s between Albuquerque and Denver back in the day, and American West between Albuquerque and Phoenix. Yes, sir. Pirate said the game was awesome. 3rd period was a blast. Yeah, it was a good game. He was at the Dallas Ranger game last night. I heard it was a good game. Pop said it was a good game. I didn't watch that. I watched the, well, first of all, I had to fly. I had to work because the stupid thing kept crashing on me. So that sucked. But hopefully that doesn't happen again. We're getting to the 27,000 range. It seemed like the Rangers were getting bullied the whole time, and they were trying to hold on as long as possible. Yeah, look, the Rangers don't have. They're not there yet, right? They need a little physicality in their game. Right now, they got a lot of these young kids, which is good. These young guys need to learn how to play, and so that's why I'm glad they're getting the time and all that for them. But it's all good. Let's see here. In the late 60s, flew with mom on a Martin 404. Wow, that's awesome. Dallas Love Houston Hobby. Martin 404, that's what I'm talking about. That's old school. That's cool. What is that? New Mexico Flyer 767 is great also. Yes. Thought they had a Super 90. They don't. American ran them. Well, American acquired Reno Air, and that's how they got their MD-80's through Reno. However, there's no, flight sim didn't they don't have one. I wish they would. You know, considering, let's say if there was a MD-90 that came out, we're gonna get our butts kicked up here, guys. The MD-90 I'd consider it. We're gonna get in some thunderstorms pushing to the south of us. You know, it's all where Houston is, so we're kind of fine now, but this is where the turbulence is coming in. There's all this weather. So we got Marsh, and then after Marsh, we're going to go to Zala, and we're off the arrival. Yeah, and then we will be talking to, if it stays on, we'll be talking to Houston Center, as well as Miami Center, and then we're going to be in Fort Lauderdale. So we still have a long way to go for that, but let's take a look. I show about 887 nautical miles to destination. About 0246 Zulu right now at 0052. So let's call it 01 Zulu. Hour and 46 minutes, folks. That's how long we've got right now. We're still climbing up through the altitudes. A negative 15 degrees. I wonder if there's definitely an icing potential here. It's still warm enough where it's not gonna. It's not gonna. If I can make it work better. Let's see, weather. Looking at my Navigraph charts. So let's take the icing. We're going to go to 20,000 range, 320, kind of out of that icing, just barely. 350, 1,000 to go. Did they climb us to 330, I thought. Center, Riptide 5200. Can we get a climb to 350, please?
Riptide 5800, climb and maintain 35,000.
All right, 350 on the climb, Riptide 5800. I just need to make sure that's the right altitude before I decide to do that. Yeah, let's go. 350, 1, 2 more 1,000 feet. You can have climb. Let's go. Keep it going, airplane. Keep going. I want some tailwinds if we can get it. Now you see all this cloud you see is that thunderstorm to the south. It's just, you know, clouding up everything. So I will tell you this, folks. We need to find something to do here. What are we going to do on the last flight of the MD-80 from Westchester? And that's going to be next week. It's going to be next Friday. We're going to fly it from Westchester down to, or I might do it during the week. I don't know yet. I might, we got to go from Westchester down to Fort Lauderdale to shut down the airplane for the season. So I want to know, I want to do a giveaway or something like that. It'd be really cool to do. So I don't think about that. Put it in the chat. I'd love to know your thoughts. Sean, Chris, you know, it takes a team to do this. Sean is our logistics person. He does a lot of logistics. He does all the logistics, really, on where we go, what hotels we stay at, all that stuff. Chris is more of the subject matter expert, I would say, on it. He does, we have all the weights, the actual weights that they're taking, the bags, how much equipment they have, all that good stuff. So pretty cool what we get here. It's pretty sweet. And you know, beginning of the season, you guys see the menus that we have. They eat very well. Anyway, Sean hooks us up with these. This is our documentation paperwork, 1,000 to go. So I appreciate Sean's help on, you know, it's a long season. I was telling Sean yesterday, I'm super excited for it to be over. It feels like a job now, because it is. It's a job. And, you know, it's still fun. I still love it. But, man, when we were in the grind in the season, every flight we did, guys, we did not miss a beat. And the recorded flights I have them recorded. I'll go ahead and post those. You'll see them throughout the summer to get ready for next season. If we want to do this next season. You know, at the end of the year, I'm always like, man, I am so done. I am so done. Just because it's a lot. It's not like, I gotta say, it's not like hockey charters are not like anything else. It's very baseball, guys. You play 3 games in one city. Big freaking deal. It's nothing. It's nothing. Football is a joke. You fly there once a week. Hockey is an absolute grind. It is a grind. Why? Because you're away for 3 to 4 days, and you're flying every other day to a different city. And it's usually on the backside of the clock. And it gets, and you can't say, I don't want to do it. Why do you think I flew 3 times yesterday trying to get this dumb thing done? And I kept having crashes, CDTs, crash to desktop, crash to desktop. I had to get it done because they're playing tomorrow, right? So I'm like, I have to get to Dallas, and then I was considering doing the turn last night and just going to Fort Lauderdale, but so I was a little bit behind on this one. Anyway, we got it done. So, whew, but that's the, like if you were like Marco, he's another guy. Marco, John, he does the hockey charters. There's 3 of us pilots that, do it consistent. There's a couple guys that'll take a trip here and there, but we do the whole dang season, and it is no joke. And this season, oh my gosh, the season was rough because of the condensed season, because of the Olympics. Oh man, it was rough. That was rough. I mean, I think it was, we were flying so hard. We were just, okay, we would fly a flight, go home, turn around the next day, fly somewhere else. Do 3 legs, come back, 2 days off, go back on the road. It was insane. It was like, I think we were flying, crap, I don't know, but we got a lot of flights. If you go to our Instagram channel, you'll see, I'm going to post one tomorrow as well, the update from Dallas to Fort Lauderdale. You're going to see what we've done in our whole entire season in a short 35 seconds on all the destinations we flew to this year. It was pretty impressive. All right, so here we are. We're cloud surfing at 35,000 feet. And it is -24, so guess what's coming off? The engine anti-ice. So I'm going to throw that off. We're going to save some fuel this way. And this is coming off. Seatbelt's coming off too. It's a good ride.
Fort Worth Center,
we might get into the crap.
flight level 280.
And 4074 radar contact.
They just dropped offline, by the way, so Houston is no longer online. And I want to keep the channel clear, so what I'm going to just do is say intentions. I don't want to run the live ATC yet. I want to see how this flight goes. And I'm praying we get this flight done, you guys. Man, I don't want to do this again. So it's a lot of work. Sean puts a lot of effort into
Fort Worth
it as well.
Center, Blue Streak 5583, flight level 270. Blue Streak 5583, radar contact.
Yes. Sean said, you said if, but aren't you going to want to fly the 75? I will tell you this. Yes, the 757, you guys, you know this. You know this. Next year, next season's going to roll around. It's going to come September, October. And I'm going to be like, yes, let's go. You're going to see nothing but 757. Yes. Because this airplane, we will fly the MD-80 up from Fort Lauderdale to Westchester as a backup source. This airplane will be a spare. The 757 is from Bluebird. We are gonna fly the crap out of that airplane. You will see that airplane fly a lot, even in the summer. So when it releases, I think it's going to be in the fall. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we get it released in the fall, and or before hockey season starts, and we can start. Right, that's going to be our airplane. Now, I'm already going through ground school in the 757. I'm studying the crap out of the airplane. I've got my head in the manual almost every night. So yeah, I am very invested in the airplane. It's going to do really good for us. I'm excited to fly it. It's really cool. I know what's going on into it a little bit more. Contact Fort Worth Center 126-325. Do you really want to? I'm going to say Wilco to that. I don't. You're saying contact Fort Worth Center, but yeah, This is why AI is a little wonky. I'm just going to hold off on that because I don't think it wants me to do that. It does on the A-cars, so I will, I guess. 126, let's see what happens. 126, 3 1/4. Fort Worth Center, Riptide 5800, 350.
Riptide 5800, Fort Worth Center, good evening.
Okay, I'm going to say welcome. I'm on CPDLC from Say Intentions. Let's see here. Robin 5413, best seat back by the engines, can hear all engine fluctuations. Yes, sir. Pilot's perspective 86. Good evening, Captain. Hopefully all will go well with the simulator session compared to before. What happens to the best of us who got this? Yeah, well, you know what happened? I think, and this is just a hunch, I could be wrong, and I could eat my words. I think it was a corrupted file in the airplane. Never had a problem with this airplane before doing that. Never. So, but I flew right after that flight, that second crash to desktop we had. I flew another aircraft. I flew the Phoenix, and I went, well, let me see how this thing does. And it was fine. So I said, okay, well, I think I'm going to reinstall the aircraft. So I reinstalled the airplane, and sure enough, we had a successful flight yesterday. And I didn't want to stream it because it was like, if it does it again, I'm going to be pretty upset. So I didn't want to do that, right? And you said sit back here by the engines. Here it is. I wish we had the sound pack. You can see how loud it is back here, man. Those engines are good. This is where the media sits, right by this fan. Look at this thing. This is where Kenny Albert's sitting right here. That's what he sees. Just nothing but cowling and loudness. Yeah, it's cool. Getting in the bumps now, guys. It's cool. Best seat in the house, right? Until one of those fan blades let go and it's not. Look, everybody's got their shades down on this side. Can I open the shade? Anyway, good stuff. Lots of fun. All right, I'll let you know where we are. We just hit Alexandria. We're heading to Alexandria in west, in Louisiana. I'm like, where are we? We're in Louisiana. So Alexandria, Louisiana. We'll go feet wet over, basically going to be flying over New Orleans here. Pretty much right over the top of New Orleans. So just occasional light, I'd call this. So we just got the seatbelts off for now. If it gets any worse, we'll kick it back on. But right now, it's going to hold it right there. You have to make the 757 paint. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do. The media is going to like the new plane from the PAX experience. Yeah, they will. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine sitting back there? You'd be like, what? What do you want? You'd have your noise canceling headphones on for sure. That's awesome. What a beautiful view out that wing. It's gorgeous out there, isn't it? Pretty. You can see the coast of Louisiana. Not yet. We're still a little far away from that, but yeah, that's it's getting a little moderate there. We're in an area of bumps, so I mean, it's kind of iffy. Right now, I'm just gonna leave it alone, and if it gets any worse, we'll kick the seatbelt sign on. I love the wing flex. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yes, the media is going to love the new aircraft. I can guarantee it. I just can't wait to see what 41,000 pounds of side of thrust does. Holy smokes, man. And that airplane was actually built to compete with this airplane, believe it or not. So This airplane, yeah, seatbelt's coming on. That's like light to mod now. They're coming on. That's enough of that. Give them a call. Fort Worth Center, Riptide 5800 with a Pirate. We've got light, occasional moderate at flight level 350.
Riptide 5800, roger, noted light occasional moderate turbulence at flight level 350.
Now, seatbelts on, folks, for this. Probably, it's basically this whole band. Like I said, it's going to be pretty choppy. We're kind of getting over that thunderstorm. The thunderstorms are out here on the right wing. Yeah, it's gonna be super cool to experience it. Pretty cool view with the sun hitting the wing, right? You can see these rivets. It just looks old, doesn't it? Man, that thing looks great. It looks old and beat up, and my kind of plane. I do like it. You guys know that I love the airplane, but I think it has gone and has run its course. I am ready for some interesting power is what I'm ready for. We need it. Bring it on, man. That's what I say. The 757 will go, yeah, okay. You want to put what? You want to fill the belly up? No problem. Wait a minute. I got to import my flight. We're going to import from SimBrief. Go. Okay, telemetry's coming off. There we go, that's better. What do you guys think about it? I think are you guys excited as I am to see a 7.5 on the hockey charters? Because I'm super stoked for it. I really am. I'll look at our OFP here. Plus, we're going to get more speed. And that's another thing. We're going to cruise at like 0.82 with that airplane. So much, much faster than this thing can. We're going 0.76. So considering 0.82 to 0.76, it's a big jump. So that I'm looking forward to as well. These flights will chop down about 20 minutes of flight, which, let me tell you, I like. All right, guys, once it looks to me, I'm going to give you a turbulent, let's go to flyer out, turbulent profile, let's take a look at that. Once we get, we're at 350, once we get to, basically, once we get out of, across Alexandria, all of this stuff will actually calm down for us. We're going to be, we're going to be right on the cusp of the turbulence. We'll get into it again over at Baca, and that's going to be right around Florida. We'll get in the bumps again in Florida, light chop, but from basically Alexandria, BOR, I'm looking right now, it's going to be a smooth ride. So we got master caution, center tank. So right from Alexandria, it should be dialing in pretty good on us. I'm going to go ahead and turn off these floodlights. Let's see what we have here. Let's go like that. Kick that. Oops. There we go. Just one of those notches. What do you guys think? You excited for the 7.5? I know I am, man. Delta still flies those 7.5s. Yes, sir. Contact Houston Center, 134 to 134 4 1/4, guys. We're over to Houston, 134 4 1/4. I'm gonna say we'll go to that, 134 4 1/4. I'd rather them tell me on the frequency, so I don't have to do this. It automatically gets you in it. Houston Center, Riptide 5800, flight level 350.
Riptide 5800, Houston Center, good evening.
Good evening. All right, off the aircraft ahead of us is the Take my weather layers off here. Come on, guys. Is Alexandria VOR. We're just about 10 miles from it. And I'm going to go ahead and look at our fuel burn and kind of see what we're looking at. We should be good to go. Okay, Alexandria is Prague page. About 18.1 on the gas. And we've got plenty of gas. I like that. And we're passing at 0111 Zulu. Okay, so we're going to time that. We've got 10 more minutes. We actually don't have. That's going to be a Redfin is our next waypoint. It's about 32 minutes away. So that's going to be 32. That'll be 11. That's be 3. That's another 4. Looking at 0143, is it? Estimating 0143 is our next. You know, we are over Alexandria. We didn't pass it yet, but 0112. I'm putting my paperwork down if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing. I'm writing the paperwork in. And our winds at this altitude is 234.52. It should start smoothing out for us. I'm expecting a smoother ride now until we get into and over the Gulf, and that's when it's going to start getting a little choppy again. As we get toward Florida, we'll start having some turbulence on the higher elevations. So that's what we're looking at. So far so good. It should smooth out for us. I anticipate a nicer ride after here. It should start calming down. We shall see. Take my icing off. I want to take a look at barbs. Yeah, that's why. Okay. It's going to be choppy because the winds are shifting, especially over Nate. The winds are going to start shifting on us. So right now we're going to be getting a right crosswind. The wind's coming from the right here. And as we get to over the Gulf, it starts shifting to a tailwind, and then it actually shifts to the left. So when we get to Cigar Waypoint, right by Florida, it'll come to the left and hit us. So we're going to have a shear line there, and that's what's going to cause the turbulence. So I expect some bumps up ahead. I'll tell you when. It should be smooth, pretty much getting in now. We'll see how that goes. Off of the nose, you can see the city. That right there, you can see that? That is New Orleans. Nolans. That's what that is. 8 cars clear that, and cockpit flood's off. Just want to make sure our lighting is off. Good. Let's try to turn this thing off. We need that for the landing. All right, cool. I'm actually going to turn this light off too because it's in my face. We're going red light now. Got a red filter on. Especially at night, a night flight, I kind of need that. I remember back in the day, LaGuardia being one of the loudest airports to be around because American had a lot of mad dogs that flew out of there. Yeah, what a fun time that was, huh? Delta still flies the 75s. Absolutely. I've heard UAL is retiring the 75s. Heard they're also having frequent maintenance issues. Yes, because they're getting older, right? Well, the airplanes are getting older. You know, they're aging out. So, you know, obviously, when a plane starts getting, you know, getting aged out like that, the airline's got to do their thing. Ooh, this is new. Let's throw this off. Entry's coming off. Aisle's coming. Dim. Lav is coming off. How are we doing in there? Yeah, we're going to turn those lights down. Lower sidewall. It's just maybe one crank. Ah, look at the door. It's not closed all the way. That should be completely off. Yep. All right, we'll turn it a little bit. Upper sidewall. Maybe 2 clicks. That's better. But this is super bright. Let's turn that dang thing off. Entry's off. There we go. I love the cabin lighting in here. Pretty cool now. All right, why don't you shut my door? And I'm not going to do it out here. I'm going to do it inside here. I know in my luck I'll hit something, some click, and we'll... Let's shut that door. Hi, everybody. Don't worry about us. I'm glad they paid for the airplane. It don't want to move. Okay. Let's see if we unlock it. Unlock. Really? What I gotta do is shut a door around here. Don't want to do anything. There it goes. There it goes. And the door is deny. And we got a lock fail again. Really? Is it halfway open? Is that why? I don't see any daylight. All right, you can sit in this very uncomfortable seat here. It's called the jump seat. Good luck. It is uncomfortable on that thing. Yeah, I would have loved to have been just in LaGuardia in the heyday of the MD-80's, just blasting off out of there. I would have loved that. The garbage, hearing those 80's just rocking out, that'd be sweet. That's an airplane to me. An airplane to me is something that's got a little bit of kick. I want to hear it. I remember the 727 days. Those were something loud before they were stage 3 compliant. Oh my gosh. Man, and I've worked around MD-80's, and I've worked around 73200s, 72s. Yeah, I've worked on them. Sweet airplanes were fun. Good times. I would do a flyby. I remember United flew. They did a Make-A-Wish flight, and they flew a 7.2 over the field. They were doing an approach, a practice approach, essentially, for the kids, and thing did a go around, and it lit every single car alarm in the just every single car alarm was going off. It was awesome. That is not New Orleans. I misspoke. That's actually Baton Rouge. So we got Baton Rouge here, and then above here is going to be New Orleans. That's NOLA. Sorry, guys. So New Orleans is coming up. Harvey 114.1. See if we can't credit. It's about 95 miles away. Yeah, Delta still flies those 75s. They're fun. I'm excited. We ordered. Coastal is getting 13 of those bad boys. 13 75s, man. That is going to be fun. We are definitely investing a lot of money in those airplanes. And I got SodaStream. You know how much like sparkling water I drink? Well, I got SodaStream now. Because I drink so much of it, I'm like, I might as well make my own. So I have 1 bottle a day. And it's pretty good. I mean, it does, by the end of the day, it gets a little flat. But if you can drink it before then, you're in good shape. Yeah, I'm getting a whole bunch of... I got an airplane, Target, Where are you and who are you? You're at 37,000 feet. You're going to Atlanta. You are in a 73800. You are no factor for us. We're 35, so carry on. It's going to cross our path here. Let's see if we can see him. Anybody see an airplane out there? That looks like something moving. Nah, that's a star. Hey, it's still too dang bright in here, isn't it? We are crossing paths, but he's going to be much higher than we are. Look at how beautiful this is. Man, that is gorgeous. Yeah, that is an airplane. About where he is, too. There's a Southwest jet coming over. Yeah, we're getting in the bumps. I thought it was going to be smooth, dude. Weatherman, Black Cloud. He's wrong. He is wrong. Yeah, I mean, my chart says we're going to be in the turbulence, right? It says light to moderate chop through this whole region. I'd love to listen to what ATC is doing, but I don't want to chance it, right? I want to see if we can stabilize it without anything, and then we'll gradually, that flight to Tampa, we could turn the whole bells and whistles on, see how it does. Or I think AA did, actually. In those days at LaGuardia, they operated 7.6s. Yes, they did. Also, I believe it was U.S. Airways. Yes, you're right. U.S. Airways was a big operator in LaGuardia at the time. Excuse me, and it was U.S. Air initially started that. So U.S. Air was a major presence in LaGuardia back in the 90s, right? 80s and 90s. You had Delta would run there, American would run it. Their MD-80's. I have some old footage. Look at this crap. We're getting a snot kicked out of us right here. And I can't go higher. It's just because of the altitudes. Like I said, that upper level wind is wanting to shift and change on us. We're getting in the middle of this cold front crap. I mean, there's a pressure system moving in. It would have been a little bit better at 38,000. The problem is I can't go that high. It's another restriction of this airplane. It can't go up. You can only get to 370. We could probably try, but with its turbulence like this, I'll elect to stay at 350. Gosh, look at how beautiful the sim is. Man, it's nice. Like, that is looking just really nice with the it's just awesome. The night lighting is beautiful. Gosh, it's so nice here. Yeah, I'll have to look. I think U.S. Air did run a few 7.6s in LaGuardia. I know they ran 7.5s in there. U.S. Air did, and so did American. Delta, I think, ran their MD-80's in there, and their 7.3s, and the 7.2s. So, pretty cool. Yeah, we're getting belted around. Let me give him a call. Who are we, Houston? Houston Center, Riptide 5800. We have a pilot report. We got light chop, light to moderate, flight level 350.
Riptide 5800. Roger. Thanks for the report.
You have any ride reports? Anything smoothing out up ahead?
Riptide 5800. No new ride reports. Continue current altitude.
All right, well, there you go. We tried. Wow. Like I said, it's going to get, supposed to get smooth, but it's not. One report says it's smooth. The other report does not. It says it's not going to be great. So the ride's going to suck. Essentially, we've got up ahead on the horizon here. That right there is New Orleans right there. And then you see this big dark area. That's going to be the Gulf, and we're going to be feet wet over the Gulf. This is a cool picture right here, man. That's a cool shot too. Maybe put a GoPro and just mount that GoPro right here. Sweet. I like this GoPro view. Do you guys like this? You like that view? Nothing to see anyway in the flight deck. Just airspeed, altitude, things like that. Who needs it? Of course I'm kidding. I feel like the 80s, 90s was such an incredible era for the airlines. So many things were happening as far as competitiveness. Yes. I used to work for Piedmont. Nice. Ground ops out of SWF back in 2008. Oh, wow. Okay. SWF, that's, isn't that upstate? What airport's that? Forgive me. SW, I thought it was, why am I thinking it's, but now I'm thinking it's, got in Carolina somewhere? New York, Stewart, that's what it is. I knew it was like, isn't that upstate somewhere? It's in Stewart. That makes sense. Okay. That's cool. So you're familiar with, well, in 2008, well, Piedmont was a force to be reckoned with back in the day, right? In the 80s, they were huge. As a matter of fact, US Air bought them, merged with them. Piedmont was the airline to beat. And that's where US Air got most of their routes from. Was Piedmont on the East Coast. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. We're gonna get in this turbulence. It's gonna hit us. Oh, that's the camera. That's just chase plane bouncing around. Yeah, that is right there is the beautiful New Orleans city. So we had a failure right now. That's a place I would take a look at. To go, I'd probably circle. There's nothing ahead. There's just going to be, you know, bumps and turbulence. There's nothing else we can do. No altitude is going to be better, is what I'm trying to say. Even at the lower ends, unless we go to 25,000 feet, then there's no way I have the fuel for that. 34 is still crappy. 41's better. 37 sucks. It's just right in this range in these 30, 36. Wait a minute. What's our altitude right now? 350. 25,000 is supposed to be nice. Trying to see the lowest altitude we can go. We could probably descend to 33,000. Contact Houston Center 124.7 is saying. We could try that if you guys want to. 124.7. I'm probably going to do that, you guys. 124.7. Want to give you a good ride here. 124.7. Let's give Houston a call. Houston Center, Riptide 5800, checking in, flight level 350. It's still bumpy.
Riptide 5800, Houston Center, good evening.
But not like this. This is moderate. I definitely want to get out of this crap. If I can get out of it. Just a bad ride up here. Let's try to go to 330, see if we can get some smoother air. Center, Riptide 5800. Could we get flight level 330 for turbulence?
Riptide 5800, descend and maintain flight level 330.
Let's see how the ride is at 3-3, guys. All right, we're going to descend to 330, Riptide 5800. All right, let's go. I'm gonna go VNAV. Let's check it out. I'm gonna just
Riptide 5800, descend and maintain 330.
Yeah, I heard you. 330 it is. Let's go to the descent. Let's see if we can't get a better ride for you. It's just a little bumpy. Man, oh man. I would definitely call and let you guys know, hey, it's bumpy. I'm going to try to find a better altitude for us. Let's see if we can get down to 330. Man. If it is no better, I don't know what to tell you. It's supposed to still be bumpy, but not as bumpy. No, it's still crappy, dude. It's still crappy. Man, no ride, no ride. We go down to 30. Whoa. Go down to 33. We'll go down to 31. 31, there's 30,000, 33,000. Man. We're going to need to go down more, guys. Let's go down to 30,000. I think we can get you out of it. Let's see, 31,000. Let's try that. I'm sorry, you know, we're going to burn a little more fuel, but I'll check the fuel burn. Right now we're okay, so I might drop it down to descend down to 310. What kind of penalty will it give us? So what I'm doing is I'm taking a look to see what kind of fuel penalty we're going to get. We're going to get about a 4% hit, but look at that. We'll still land with 9,600 pounds. So, yeah, I want to give you a smoother ride. Let's go down 310. Houston Center, Riptide 5800. Can we get flight level 310 now for turbines?
Riptide 5800, descend and maintain flight level 310.
310 it is. Look at all the work I do for you guys. Man, I could have just sat here and said, yeah, we're fine. I'm trying to find you the best ride here. All right, guys, we're going feet wet right now. This is the last of, it's behind us as the New Orleans. Yeah, it sucks. Come on, you stupid thing, work. This deserves a like. If we could get this right, you guys got to hit the like button, man. I'm working hard for you. I'm trying to give you a good ride here. I'm not treating you as boxes. Let's go outside, check it out. Oh, Eureka. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what we did. Maybe. I mean, it went from moderate to light, if there's any. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We will take it. All right. Houston Center, Riptide 5800, flight level 310. We have a smooth ride now. Stewart Airport out of Newburgh, New York, Orange County. Yep, indeed. I think US Air had the Wisconsin too. Yes, it did. US Air had like, I think they merged with like what, 3? They had Piedmont they merged with, Wisconsin, PSA in California. I mean, they had like, that's how US Air became big, is they merged with all these little airlines. Now, Piedmont wasn't little. They were a big airline back in the day. Cool times, man. Okay, guys, let's give you an update. We're looking at what, 310 now, and we're looking at fuel. We're going to check our fuel burn as we get a little further along here. Redfin estimating 15.2 on the fuel. Let's see what we got with Redfin. 14.6. So even with that descending, nothing's ahead of us. It's just the Gulf. It's all, but I'm pretty confident I got you out of the crazy bumps. So kudos to the captain, right? Hey, that's good stuff. That's good work, is what that is. Seatbelts off. There you go. You may move about the cabin now. Hey, pilot perspective, welcome to Pushback. Hey, appreciate the support. That's always nice to have, and you guys can see, if you could become a member, you're going to see videos that are going to release 2, 3, 4 weeks ahead of schedule. Plus, I do some private streams for members. I'll probably have to do one again here this summer. We might have some fun. I'll take you guys down to the islands or something like that, and we'll do a little fishing. That'll be a fun private stream. A little GA flying and at Hawk's Nest, which is a Coastal Airways island. But I honestly appreciate the support always. That's really good. And you supporters right now, all you supporters, it helps. It all helps because all this stuff takes time. Really, it really does. And I appreciate that. Thank you. Shaquille, what's going on, man? He says, what happened to what's going to happen with the MD-80? Well, this sucker's going back in the hangar, man. I'm done. This MD-80 is getting retired. I shouldn't say that. It's not getting retired, but it won't be in the New York Rangers season anymore. We are retiring the airplane in the Northeast. It's done its job. It did a good job. The 757 is going to take its position. So when the 757 comes out, I'm hoping before next season starts, that'll be our primary airplane out of Westchester at least. These aircraft will do, we'll send the MD-80 down in Fort Lauderdale, all that stuff where you have long runways and good conditions and all that good stuff. But she just doesn't do very well with a short runway like that. Very weight restricted. You know that. We're talking 19,000 pounds of thrust. Ancient engines. So it's time to say, from the Northeast, this airplane is done. Kind of bittersweet, It's one of those aircraft that just keeps you on your toes. This is an airplane that you have to stay honest with, right? You can't, if you've ever flown this thing in the sim, and in real life it's the same way. I heard it can bite you really hard. And it's the same thing here. It's an honest airplane. It goes where you put it. But man, if you're not paying attention or you're in a different mode or something like that, it'll eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner in one shot. So, yeah, there's that. So, okay, guys, we are feet wet, so you're not going to see anything under us. It's just the water. Now, we've gotten from moderate turbulence to light chop here, and right now I don't see any bumps coming up until, and even then, if we go down to 310. You'll look. I'll still pepper a couple of these MD-80 flights in there It won't be any hockey charter, that's for sure. It's going to be maybe like a US Air old vintage route I pull out or something like that. I've done that before in the past. Those are fun to do, those vintage routes. I don't know if you guys liked watching those, but it would be cool to see that. It's just fun. Maybe a couple American Airlines flights, some old stuff. Anyway, that's what we're doing. That's awesome. Really looking forward to watching those streams. Yeah, me too, man. I tell you right now, the key word is when it comes out. Yeah, having a lot of fun watching your stream in the 80. Yeah, the 80. Look, man, the 80 is a fun bird. Like probably one of the most memorable flights we had with this airplane. It was the beginning 3 years ago. I'm going to take you guys back 3 years ago, and it's on the channel. You got to watch. You got to just search it. It was when Cliff was here. If you guys don't know Cliff, he was our FO for. He was our FO for. What was that? I'm gonna shut these lights off. Really? Yeah, I'll just keep the lights off. It's probably better. He was our FO for. What was that? FS2 crew, right? He was the FO, and do you guys remember this? I don't know if you remember this, but I gave him the flight controls because you can have it take off. So I said, all right, this is why the whole wipers on Cliff thing became, he's always tried to kill us when we fly. And he over-rotated the airplane, FS2 crew, FO, like this. And we went almost, I think we hit the stall. By the time I threw the nose over, it was like, holy crap. So that was probably one of my most memorable flights in the MD-80. That flight out of Boston was insane. It's just so funny. That and Cliff throwing the wipers on like every 2 seconds. Where I'm like, gear down. He goes, wipers on. No, I said gear down. So I'd have a fight with him like every flight. And I can't get it to go now because it doesn't sense the voice engine is not working right. I don't know why. So I'm not gonna even attempt it. We only have 2 more flights. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna miss the long trips with it, going back to New York in absolute crap weather, where I'm like, oh my gosh, we just did like a 3.5, 4 hour leg, and then we get to New York and it's absolute typical New York weather, and this year was really bad. Like New York, the Northeast, got absolutely hosed from the weather, just hosed. So I ain't gonna miss that, right? Because you're like, okay, now I have to be on top of this, and you do anyway. I'm not saying you don't, but when you're in weather and in a 1980 aircraft technology where you don't have RMP capabilities, it's iffy on Autoland. It can do it, but man, you've got to watch that thing like a hawk. It's just, it doesn't give you a lot of confidence when you're coming into a crappy situation at night in the soup at minimums. I want an airplane that I can go, all right, I can do an RMP and not worry too much, This airplane, you can't do that. You've got to be heads up, high alert, and after a 3.5 hour trip just sitting here, that's the last thing I want to do is like, oh my gosh, now what? I remember we had a couple. We had to do a go around. We had some weather, a lot of winds this year, this season with a lot of winds. We got hit with a lot of northeast, cold fronts that come through, and you guys remember those crosswinds we had to deal with in Westchester? Oh my gosh, the crosswinds. And this aircraft, the MD-80 does pretty good in a crosswind, but you get blown around. You're fighting the thing. Look, every landing in an MD-80, if you guys ever flown this airplane in the sim, you walk out, it's like getting in a ring with Mike Tyson. You get the crap kicked out because you're just fighting it all the time. You're fighting the airplane. Up, down, you're messing with trim. You're trying to get the thing in trim right. You're pushing the nose over. It wants to fight you nose high, and it's like, oh my gosh. Everything's a half-second delay. And yet, here I am 3 years later, still flying the airplane. Oh gosh, it's fun. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a fun airplane. Kept me on my toes for 3 years, so happy to fly it. It's great. I still love it. You guys know that. I love the airplane, but it's time, man. Especially when the 7.5 comes out, it's time. We get a lot more performance with the 7.5. We're going to be able to just to kick the tires and pour the coals on the fire, man, and just go. That airplane's got a lot of giddy up, and that's what I want. I want to get out of there, load it up with belly cargo, get more money, and then just blast off to the west and not even shake a stick at it. Have a little more automation. That'll be cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think my head is in the training. I'm all in on the 7.5, guys. I'm training on it right now. I'm doing ground school. I spent about $200 for a ground school course. I'm taking ground school right now. I've got my flows ready to go. A lot of that stuff. All right, we got to contact Houston 135-775. We'll go 135-775. I love how they're just doing this on CPDLC now. 135-775. I guess why not? We're just sitting up here anyway, not doing anything. Right? Did see something on TCAS. Is that 1,000 high? 1,900 high. I'm looking for him. I see him. I think I see him. There we. No, it's coming right over us now. Houston Center, Riptide 5800, flight level 310 smooth. No, it's not smooth.
Riptide 5800, Houston Center. Good evening.
Is it smooth? Ooh, look at this, the Milky Way. Generally smooth. Let's call that light, if any. It's light chop. Pretty smooth. Look at how pretty that is, man. This 2024, guys, is just so nice. It's super nice. All right, guys, we hit Nate. And we're almost into Miami's airspace. Destination's 455 miles away. So I'm glad. The conversation has been pretty good. It just makes the time go a little bit quicker, doesn't it? Which is nice. Burn check. Let's do a burn check. Over at Nate. So I'm going to go prog page. Let's take a look. We passed it at 0148. Fuel, which is most important for us, is 14.6. So we're still burning about 300 pounds better than forecast. So we are we're still golden on this, okay? The fuel burn. Let's talk about 757 fuel burn. There is no difference. There's 600 pound difference for this airplane to a 7.5, and I think the 5 burns a little more than this, which is crazy for me to say that, but I think it burns about 600 pounds more than this aircraft does. It's a lot heavier. 7.5 is a little more heavy, a lot more power in it, a lot more efficient, right? But I remember, you guys remember. You remember the first season? I don't know if you've seen this. Remember we flew from Fort Lauderdale. We took the Panthers from Fort Lauderdale to Edmonton. It was like 6.5 hours. Man, I had this airplane full of gas. All the auxiliary tanks were full. The center tank was full. The wing tanks were full. We could only take the bags, the equipment that they had. Man, that was like a 6.5 hour haul. Oh my gosh, that was a long one. At 0.76. It was just killer. That was a tough one. I remember that ride. Oh man, just sitting there forever. Tenzo Washington flew it upside down. Yeah, interesting. Went to Spokane one winter with a 7.2 Cat 3. Nice. There's an airplane right there. There's one of those airplanes that I don't know how those boys, those aviators did that. It's crazy the way they flew that airplane. I remember some pilots that flew it in real life saying it was a love-hate relationship. Are you talking about the MD-80, or are you talking about the 7.2? Contact center 135, 9 1/4 over to Jacksonville. 135, 9 1/4 now. I'm just going to flip it over here. I'm going to go 135, 9 1/4. How's that? I'll say Wilco. Jacksonville Center, Riptide 5800, checking in 310.
Riptide 5800, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
So I remember I talked to one of my buddies who flew this airplane very early in his career at Delta. And he said, I said, hey, Paul, can you remember the MD-80? He goes, no. He goes, after I got off that airplane, there was nothing else I wanted to remember about it. I started laughing. He's like, man, he's like, I remember that airplane very, it's quirky. It's got it's just, it's honest. Like you said, it's honest, but man. Yeah, it's probably that love-hate relationship. That's exactly what I would say. Yeah. I'll still fly it, but it's not going to be featured. You're not going to see that airplane on the line in hockey charters, at least in the New York Rangers, if I do it next year, which I will. We'll do the season. You know I will. It's been 3 years. This is my 3rd year doing it. So, and congratulations to Marco and the Utah Mammoth getting it done. They've locked down and clinched it. They're going to the playoffs. My boy Marco is another Coastal Airways pilot. He flew the entire season 2. So a round of applause to Marco as well for getting it done. And he is now going to the postseason. Probably going to be playing Edmonton Oilers. So he'll have a couple of flights to Edmonton. I'm growing my playoff beard right now for that. I go to see the game. I actually see the Mammoth game on Tuesday. They're playing. Who are they playing? They're playing the Jets, Winnipeg. So it's gonna be fun to go there. I've been to 3 games so far this season. I just, I like them. It's fun to watch. Okay, guys, it looks like we have Miami Center online. How long did it typically take a flight engineer 727 to bump to the FO? That's a good question. That I don't know. I mean, depending on the airline, it depends on a lot of things. Back in those days, in the 727 days, you had, airlines took a lot of ex-military guys, folks coming off of the military, and those positions didn't go very quick. So my buddy flew sideways. He was a flight engineer. He flew on the 7.2. He flew, sideways for, I think he said about 3 years before he upgraded. And he went from a 7.2 flight engineer, and then he bumped into an MD-80 FO. And then he was an FO on the MD-80. I think he said it for about another 3 years, and then bumped in the 7.2. I mean, he went to the 7.3 as an FO, worked there for about 3-4 years, and then he jumped captain for the 7.3 forever, and then he was a captain on the 7.3, and then bounced to a 777 captain, went to an A350 captain. So once he was captain on the 7.3, he had enough seniority where he could just go captain all the way up. And so he said his favorite airplane was the 777. He said he loved it. That was his favorite bird. So it's really cool, lots of bells and whistles. And he liked that airplane a lot. So, yeah, I guess it depended on the airline, right? It just depended on what their hiring was, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to look at the weather here. We're looking at about 399 miles to destination. So we're almost there. We're going to be seeing the lights off of Florida, I would say, in approximately 40 miles, 50 miles maybe. Fort Myers is going to be 114.5. take a look at Fort Myers here. The VOR there. And I'm glad I gave you a good ride. I'm glad we are able to kind of smooth it out for us a little bit. I'm not going to see anything there. It's just blank. And nothing to see over the Gulf. Shelton, how are you, buddy? He says, good evening, Captain. I gave my handyman a do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. And turns out he only does odd jobs. That's pretty good. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I had one. I heard one. I'm trying to remember what it was now. It's a dad joke. Oh yeah, what kind of fish does a knight like? Swordfish. Pretty fun. It's a little dad joke. I'll tell you, my son was like, Dad, really? Good stuff. I like it. Let's see here. We're flight engineers logging actual time. Not sure how that worked. If they weren't actually hands-on flying, or engineers hours is separate. Yeah, that's a good question, dude. I don't know. You know, because you can't log PIC. You can't even log SIC. I don't know how that worked. I don't know how the flight engineer logged hours. Sometimes the flight engineers were old enough where they would rotate back into an FEC because there was no age restriction for a flight engineer. So, you know, sitting sideways was a different thing. Man, how we've come a long way. We've come a long way in aviation. And you guys, I've been learning about the 7.5. I am floored. Like, just hearing, wait a minute, pitot heat is automatic? I don't have to turn it on? No, it's automatic. That is crazy. I'm like, that is awesome. So there's a lot of those things where I'm like learning right now in the 7.5. Same with engine anti-ice. It's automatic. A lot of automation, which I like the automation there. That way, at least systems automation is cool. The fly-by-wire thing, you know, but still good, but still. All right, we're getting closer to Miami Center. I do want to check some weather, so I'm going to turn this on for us. Let's go and get a briefing done. Yeah, we're pretty far away, but I'd like to just get a briefing. We're almost about 360. Oh man, there's my night vision gone. We're about 360 miles to go, so I want to go ahead in the night charts. We'll talk about blowing out your vision. Let's look at Fort Lauderdale. All right, so there's Fort Lauderdale. We're going to do the star, and we're looking at it's going to be the Techie 4. So this is kind of where we're coming in from. We're going to go to Dowry, right there. Then we've got Cedar. Matter of fact, we actually go straight to Fort Myers. I'm trying to think. We're going right to Fort Myers. So I think RSW was on here. Pack a cigar, direct. Then yeah. So we actually don't even hook up to any of this. Okay, hold on. We've got some issues. So we've got Baca, Dowry. Okay, we're good. And then we've got Cigar here. Ocho, we're bypassing that. We're bypassing all this. We're going straight from Dowry to Cigar, and they're going to go straight to Fort Myers. So they're cutting all this crap out. We're going to go straight to Fort Myers, and we go right to Peacock right here. So it's kind of a different thing. I don't know why We're going Dowry, Cigar, Fort Myers, then Peacock. We're kind of doing our own thing on the arrival. And guess who just popped off a line? So Miami just went bye-bye, which is fine by me because it's gonna basically cut out the MOA. We're cutting through an MOA is what we're doing. But it's not hot right now, so we can. They flew this last night. So that's what we're going to do. Basically, we don't even hook up to the arrival until we're at Peacock. So, I mean, normally we could go here and here, then Ocho, V-neck, Bale, down here to Figna, and then in. But right now we're bypassing all that. We're going straight from here down to here, Fort Myers. Okay, and then we're going to go to Peacock. And then our altitude that we want is Hensey, and I will put that in. We're going to be flying, or bunker. It's going to be bunker at 5,000. So, or a hold. I'm sorry, it's going to be hold. So 5,000 at hold. I'm going to take a look at the weather into Fort Lauderdale. Weather in Fort Lauderdale is nice. Weather's 060 at 17, gusting 25, which I thought was going to happen. They're landing 10 left, 10 right. So we'll take 10 left. It's going to be better for us, 10 right, especially at night like this. They don't want us to fly over 10 right. So we'll be taking 10 left. The Honda Jet is extremely automated, even when with the exterior lights. As soon as you get on the runway, the landing lights automated turn on. Wow, that's crazy. That's cool. Oh, jeez. I love it. Sean laughs. Right, Sean? Flying is nice now. Moving maps and displays. Remember having your Jeppesen paper approach plates between the yoke and the V-speed card, between the throttles, and reading your high altitude paper map. So true. So do I. I remember I got my license back in '98. I know that might sound, oh, that's relatively new. Well, yeah, but think about the technology and idea. I didn't even have a GPS in the airplane. Like moving maps, that wasn't even a thing. We didn't have that. We had paper charts. Like you grab it. I have a brain bag over here still. My brain bag is still here with full of just. I think I did one stream where it was just like, let's see what's in the brain bag, and just. Guys, I still have old school charts. Still. I kept them. Not all of them. I kept some of them. Let's see here. What do we got in here? This, and I love it because, eventually some kids are going to say, you actually looked at this stuff? This is what we did. This is a paper chart. This is higher, this is a low altitude. This is a low altitude chart. This is a Jeppesen low altitude chart, guys. This is what we used to do. We used to have this like this, and we would go like that. Where the heck am I? And we would do all this, and we would VOR to VOR. There was no RNAV waypoint. There was none of that stuff. It was VOR, NDBs. Gosh, it was crazy how we navigated. And believe it or not, it was pretty damn reliable. You had to cross-triangulate VORs. Where's this intersection? Well, if you cross-triangulate your position on these two VORs, you can find it. There was no GPS. Crap, I didn't even have a cell phone. There was no cell phones. None of that. Can you imagine? Like, when I hear that these kids are getting lost with modern-day GPS and ForeFlight, I'm thinking, how in the world does that happen? Like, to me, that blows my mind more than anything, where it's like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. I don't know. I'm going to say this. I know you guys might disagree with me, but I'm going to say this. I honestly think the best aviators were the old school aviators. The folks, the real aviators. I'm talking about that you had to navigate with, you know, classic instrumentation. You didn't have GPS. You didn't have all this automation. You actually had to fly the airplane where your stick and rudder skills were good. Now pilots, man, they go 400 feet, you know, flaps up, gear up, sports page, and they're done. And that, to me, I mean, I get it, but man, there's nothing like classic. And you still can be in the new school, but be old school minded, right? Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Shelton says, how about the SWA expanding? I heard that. They're going to Alaska. That's pretty cool. NDBs were still a thing back in '98 in many places. Yes, they were. I remember doing NDB holds. Remember that? Mind bomb? Right is left, left is right. And you're like, huh? I'm 40 years old. I couldn't agree more with you regarding old school aviators and the best pilots. It's very true. Yep. It's so true. So I mean, generation, I think it stopped in Generation X. You know, I think it's this new generation. You guys got it so easy. 124,775. And poor Cody. Cody knows what I'm talking about because Cody has to deal with it every day. Oh man, I don't know. I'd be that curmudgeon. Hang on. Jack Center, Riptide 5800, checking in, flight level 310. Nobody's listening. Okay, well, didn't you say contact 124,775? I said Wilco, 124,775. That's all right. I just didn't do that. Okay. Jack Center, Riptide 5800, checking in, flight level 310, smooth. You guys see what I see? Do you see what I see? That is the coast. Land ho! The Florida coast. Nobody's still listening? Bueller. 124,775. 775. I did it again. All right, you guys, look at me. 124,775, right? I know I had 755 before, so I'm going to flip it over there. Let's try that. Center, Riptide 5800, flight level 310. We got a smooth ride.
Riptide 5800, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Good evening. Okay, so let's get the weather. I still have a lot to say about this, by the way. You know, yeah, just old school aviators is just better stick and rudder skills in my mind. I don't think it. And I'm not saying you have to be old. I'm saying you have to be old school-ish. You know, you got to think like an aviator, not let the computer bail you out. That's not what this is about. It shouldn't be about automation, right? And that's what I'm trying to say is automation dependency is a problem in the industry. It's when it works, it's great. When it hits the fan, you better know what you're doing, and you better know what the airplane is doing, and you're better. And all these computer systems, you better know your systems really, really well. And I'm talking about a Boeing, Airbus. It doesn't matter. You better know your systems. Any airplane you fly, your 172, your Cessna 152 for crying out loud, whatever it is, you've got to know the aircraft well, because that is what's going to save your hide. Fort Lauderdale winds right now 060 at 17, gusting 25. So we're going to half that gust when we do our calculations, okay? 10 miles visibility. We're looking at a few clouds there at 3,400 feet. We got a contact Miami Center coming up. Okay. And just give me a second. We're looking at broken clouds, 4,500. So ceiling's at 4,500 right now. Temperature in Fort Lauderdale is beautiful, 24 degrees, 2.16, altimeter 3022. Runway is going to be 10 on the left side. We could do 10 right, but we're not because it's got a ramp and they don't want us to usually at this time of the night. It's a noise abatement issue. All right, let's call center here, 132.35. So we're going to go 132.35. Let's go all the way up. I think I was taught by an aviator. When he taught me to fly 132.35. 132.35. He taught me to fly like an aviator, right? Not saying I am. I screw up all the time. I'm not saying I'm good, but I try to think like an old school pilot as best I can. Even in the sim, guys, I don't, I soloed in 77. Nice. At 16, talk about old school. That's so awesome. And be able to think critically. That's exactly right, Cody. Oh, man. Shelton says, what? I dislike that a lot. Quit depending on modern technology. Modern technology fails every now and then. And yes. Well said. Know your stuff, the airplane, the environment, your capabilities, your limitations. Absolutely. That's why airplane schools need to do both. One of the tests should be, what should you use if modern technology fails? That's Cody, man. Cody, I was talking to him before, and he said his very first lesson with students on a cross country is he takes their E6B or their whatever computer thing that he throws it, just gone. Takes the iPad, tosses for flight in the back, and says, "All right, let's go." Find out where you are and what you're doing. It's called dead reckoning, right? You got to know what you're doing now. Good stuff. All right, we'll go on that. Let's look at performance, folks. We're looking at about approximately 159 nautical miles off descent. So I really want hold. So we'll go to legs page. Let's take a look at hold at 5,000. We are going to program the ILS 10 left in, and that's going to be our transition. We'll execute it. We'll go to the legs page, take a look. We've got Banty Hensey hold at 5,000 or Hollid at 5,000, and everything else is good to go there. One of the things I really enjoy about this MD-80 is this thing can stop on an absolute dime. That's probably because the wings aren't very efficient. It's a 98-foot wingspan on this thing versus like a 737-700 where you're looking at 117-foot wingspan. And, I'm going to mess this up. I've got to think. 154. Okay. 134 feet is the 7.5. 154 feet long with a tail height of 40 feet and a turn radius. You need 120 feet for turning. Pretty good, guys. I'm studying limitations right now. I might have gotten it wrong, but 134 feet with the winglets. So you need 120 feet. You need 100 feet to rotate all the way around the aircraft. So the airplane on a 7.5, the swing arc is, the biggest swing arc is going to be the wings on a 7.5. So if you miss something with the wing, you're going to miss it with the tail. The MD-80 is not that way. The tail is the biggest swing arc in this aircraft. So even if your wings miss it, you can still hit something high with your tail on this aircraft. So a little stupidness, some useless information that I guess is good to know when we start flying the 7.5, but I'm trying to study, right? You're saying, I'm thinking it's 134 feet wingspan. Why am I talking wingspan? Oh, because I'm talking about efficiency. So the 737, that's why if you fly like a 737-600 in the sim, it is a dog to slow down. That airplane does not want to stop at all. And if you think to yourself, why? Why is it so hard to stop? Why is it so hard to slow down? Because the dang wingspan is the same as a 700. You put a 117-foot wingspan on a 600 with a fuselage about that big. So you all this wing. The wing is bigger than the fuselage. So you got this huge wing, very efficient wing that does not want to slow down. So that's why the 700 is probably the easiest 7.3 to fly in terms of speed management, because it's right size. The fuselage is right to the wing. The 800 is the same wingspan as the 700, and it's hard to slow down too. That thing is just because of all the inertia, right? All that weight, well, because the fuselage is huge. Anyway, it's a freight train. All right, what do we got here? Cody, I bet, let's see here. DJ, Met, how are you? At 141 school, private schools aren't allowed to use any EFBs. Are you serious? Or anything, everything is pen and paper with pen navlogs and maps. Nice! That's really good. That's good. I mean, you got to learn both ways, right? I mean, I think it's important that you learn, both things. 127 miles top percent. But it's nice that they teach you that way too. That's like old school. It's good. Shelton, Cody says, I bet, oh well, I'll fail this course. I could do anything without modern technology. I can't do anything without modern technology. Oh gosh. Talk about E6Bs caught a Mac flight on an Air Force Saberliner, 1980. Heading back to the Air Force Academy, a Lieutenant Colonel pilot was up front reading his E6B. Saberliner was a great plane. Yeah, that's another awesome one. I found in my short time as a CFI, the younger generation has horrible ADM. Yeah, that's not good either. There's some gems still out there. Don't give up, man. How do you teach that? Because it's one thing to know how to fly, right? But it's another thing to know what ADM is, what proper ADM looks like. And for me, aeronautical decision making is important. It's probably one of the most important things that you can do when you fly. Having worked with the NTSB, worked in the NTSB, I've seen the fatalities, folks. You're putting, you see the worst of the worst when you go to a crash site. So once you see that, it changes you, and it says, this is not something to take lightly. It's a decision. If you're ever on the fence, like that was my hard, fast rule. If I was ever on the fence where I was like, nah, it's just no. I'm just not going to do it. That's it. I don't care. There has nothing to do with pride. It's just, I'm not going to do it. It just goes against my limitations. It goes against what I want to do. Yeah, I might be instrument rated, and it doesn't matter. It's like, man, I don't know if I want to. If you're ever like that, you're ever on the fence, just don't do it. Even in an airliner, even flying for the airlines, it's like, okay, yeah, they're going to want you to take off, but do you have to take off in a thunderstorm? No, you shouldn't, right? So there's your limitation. If you have thunderstorms over the field, nah, I'm not going, right? Just, I don't know. It's that get there-itis thing is an issue. It's always been an issue, always will be. All right, what's our landing weight? Landing weight's 113, let's say 111 by the time we're done with this nonsense. We're landing auto brake. We'll give it 2. Let's go ahead and check that out. Let's get our performance ready to go here, folks. We're going to go to performance. We're going to go landing performance. We'll go autofill. It's going to be 10 left today. Flaps are going to be 40, 15 on the go if we needed to. I will brief the approach with you here in just a minute. We are going to increase that ref just because of the gusts. So this is the fun part where we're gusting 25, right? So we're looking at 12.5, but that's really hard math, right? To get like an even number. So let's just do, I mean, even you can just do 12, or you can go, 13 on it, and let's see what that brings us. 136 on the ref. Okay, so that's with so 136 knots now on the VREF. We're looking at a landing distance of 3,900 feet required. Probably going to be a little more than that because of the winds. We're going to be fighting these winds down here, folks. It's going to be a wrestling match. So just letting you know, expect that. Expect turbulence down low as we're hitting it now. I think 15 on the go. If we need to do a go around, we're looking at 330.22. That is correct. All that's good to go. We've got flap up maneuvering 215 today. We'll push it at 170.0 once we get the slats out between these two speeds. We'll probably rock in about 180, hold that. We get a little closer to the field. Keep it semi-efficient. Okay, that's that. Let's go ahead and select that there. And this thing better not do text all the way down. I won't like that. So runway is going to be 10 left. Let's go ahead and brief 10 left. I want to give you guys a good solid briefing. So let's go ahead and do that. I want to have plenty of time to do that. I don't want to be rushed. That's the last thing I want to do is rush a briefing, because the briefing is a plan. And obviously a plan is a plan. It does change, but if we can be ahead of the airplane at all times, we're going to be in good shape. Okay, we got Peacock. We're going to be just deleting all those speeds. We got Peacock in the FMC down here. So we got Peacock. It's about let's go to the next page. Peacock's good to go. Our first crossing restrictions, 12,000 and above. Then we're looking at Banty, 250 on the speed, 10,000 to below 11,000. Is that right? Right in that range. Then we've got Hesse or Hess, whatever you want to call it, 7,000 hard. That is set. Then we've got Hold at 5,000, and that's when we're going to go ahead and intercept the ILS. Now, it's going to be a visual approach. We're going to fly the ILS, though. I will brief it with you right now. Let's go and do that. ILS 10 left. Let's go and lock it in, and we'll pull that up. 10-9, 11-1, close. Okay. Good briefing here. Fort Lauderdale International Airport, 20 June 25, 11-1. 10 left on the runway. Looking at ATIS 135.0. Just stand by 76. Miami approach 133.775. I'm going to be with Say Intentions. Fort Lauderdale Tower is online, so we'll go ahead and tune there. Tower is going to be 119.3. We're looking at MSA of 2,100 feet, and that MSA is going to be the Fort Lauderdale VOR. Pretty much the Everglades over there. It's beautiful, pretty flat. So really nothing to worry about. We'll just watch. We'll look at our altitude. It's pretty good. Missed approach is going to climb to 800 feet. Then we're climbing left turn to 4,000. Probably not going to do that. If we had to go missed, I'm just going to do a nice little traffic pattern over here. We're probably going to go up north here on the pattern. We won't go south because that's Miami. So we'll go ahead and do left pattern if we had to on the missed approach. Let's talk about a missed approach. If we had to go missed, we'll probably go, if we're off the auto throttle, I'll go throttle to manual. I'll make sure we get the throttles up there to the EPR, the go-around EPR, which we'll set, and then we will retract the flaps to 40. We'll retract the flaps to 15, then I'll go gear up so we don't get the horn. Fort Lauderdale 1144, we'll go ahead and tune 110.1. Transition altitude is the same as always, 18,000 feet here. And we can see Hollid at 5,000 feet. It's going to be a visual approach. We'll just back it up. I am going to use the HUD in visual mode. It's just going to help us out with this wind and the weather. Once we did that 800 feet, left turn 4,000, and we're just going to make a pattern. I'm not going to brief you on this. I will brief this really quick. If you had an ILS, 207 on the DH, or the DA, about 200 feet. So if the weather somehow goes crap on us, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to 200 feet now. Just a nice little marker to have. I don't anticipate that happening, but you never know, so we're going to brief it anyway, right? It's a good idea to brief it just in case. All right, and then I'm also going to change the DH to 200 as well, just to give us a visual marker. Good. Okay, so let's brief the winds. That's what we got. Let's go ahead and set this really quick. 110.1. So we're going to go 110.1 up here, set, and then inbound course 096. So I'm going to set that course right now. 096, 56 right there, 55 miles top of the same. Coming across, I'm going to set the VOR for the Fort Lauderdale VOR. That's going to be 114.4. Let's brief the winds. We'll look at the chart really quick and we'll go. I'm going to go ahead and set this down. I'm going to request the Techie 4. Miami Center, Riptide 5800. Am I on Miami Center? Did I ever talk to them? Yes.
Riptide 5800, Miami Center, good evening.
Yes, are we clear to descend via the Techie 4, please? If they did their job.
Riptide 5800, cleared to descend via the Tiki 4 arrival.
Thank you. So we're going to descend via the Tiki 4. Stand by. Captain off the bridge sign is on. Ooh, sorry. Thanks, Pops. It's funny. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop this down to 5,000. It's going to be our lowest point. 5,000 is set and it is armed. Okay, that's done. Let's go and take a look at the actual landing. I think a lot of people don't brief this, especially in the sim, so we are going to brief this. We're looking at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport. Looks like 10 left. We do have displaced threshold we're dealing with. We got a crew message. Let's take a look. Expecting Fort Lauderdale Gate GA parking. Yes, we know, 42. So we've got this displaced threshold. And we got about 9,000 feet. Required today is going to be right around 3,900, so we'll call it 4,000. Plenty of room to stop the airplane. Medium braking. Once we brake, I'm probably going to try to get off on Bravo. Kind of get off on this one. Backtrack it. We'll go down to Lima. Probably go to Lima 1, and then we're going to be in here in Shelter. Okay, that is the plan. I want to land within the first 1,500 feet of that runway, so right around here, Alpha 3. And let's go ahead and check the wind, the weather, and see where that wind's going to be bothering us from. And we'll go from there. So airports, let's see what we got from the 80's. I am not expecting an update just yet. So right now the winds in Fort Lauderdale 060, we're looking at runway 10, so it's going to be off coming in from the left. Not too bad for a crosswind. Not bad. 25 gusts, so you know it's whipping. It's pretty solid, but this airplane should be fine. We've got 10 miles visibility, and the last cloud layer is the ceilings, I should say, is 4,500 feet. Threats today is going to be, I think, wind shear. So wind shear is definitely a very likely thing to happen today. So wind shear, if we do get wind shear on final, we're just going to go around. We're not going to mess around with it. We'll apply full power. We'll go toga. If we're on throttles, I'll hit the toga button, and it'll command the toga climb for us. And we'll get out of dodge. Once we get through the wind shear, we'll go ahead and make that left pattern, and we will establish it that way. Looks like Fort Lauderdale Tower 119.3. I'm going to actually tune to them very shortly, and we'll just kind of bypass same tensions just because we'll use the Fort Lauderdale. All right. Any other threats you're thinking about that I missed? Anything you guys think about? Let's talk about wind shear escape. If we did have a wind shear and we're in it, we're going to do a wind shear escape maneuver. All right, I'm going to go toga. We'll push the throttles up. I'm not going to really worry about where they are in the EPA range. I just want to make sure we don't over boost it. So I'll be watching that. I'll be rotating the airplane. I'll be climbing at least to 20 degrees until we hit the stick shaker, and then I'll be riding the stick shaker. I won't touch flaps or gear until we're through, and then we will figure it out after we get through the wind shear. If you guys call my VS, that would be great. I wish you were sitting next to us so we could say what my vertical speed is. Okay, so you call vertical speed when you're in a wind shear like that. You want to say +5, +1,000, +2,000, whatever it is. We just don't want the negative trend. And if we do get the negative trend, I'm going to ride that stick shaker until we hit the ground. All right? Or we get out of it. That's the plan. So hopefully that helps. There we go. Captain off the bridge sign is on. Is it still on?
Miami Center, Allegiant 9202, flight level 210.
Okay, with saying all that, do you have anything to add?
Contact.
Anything I missed? Anything to add? Questions, comments, cheap shots? Say it now. All right, we'll hold your peace. All right, we're going to go down to, we got Peacock coming in. Now we're going to be starting our descent. There's feet dry now, guys. We're Fort Myers. Here we are. Good stuff. The airplane is programmed. We've got that ready to go. Looking good. All right, top of descent. Top drop coming up in approximately. Don't hold your breath, but I'm not going to say it because I'll jinx myself, so I don't want to say any of that. What a beautiful night here over Florida. And a nice ride so far. Here's top of descent. And then Fort Myers is right here. Approximately 100 miles from Fort Lauderdale. VOR frequency 1100 is in there. Let's go ahead and plug that in there. Approach. 10 left up. You guys still with me? Bueller, anybody there? Okay, it's off. Appreciated that. I probably hit that when I hit the throttle. All right, we're on the way down. Let's go ahead and turn on the seatbelt signs. Seatbelt signs are on. ACARS, clear that. Engine sync's coming off. Let's go ahead and turn on the hydraulics. One less thing you have to worry about as we get lower. All right. I would call in the back, say, folks, from the flight deck, we're starting way down into the Fort Lauderdale area. Expect some bumps down low. It's a little bit gusty down low. Should I be on the ground in about 20 minutes? That's it. That's my briefing, quick and easy. We got an altitude of, is that parachutes? Parachutes are coming on. Yes, sir. Cody says, we're here, right behind you, coming up out of Tampa from Miami. Oh, no way. Hello, Chief. Good evening. Hey, Ace Fly Wings. How you doing? Welcome aboard. You got here at the perfect time. We're on a descent. We have some gusty weather in Fort Lauderdale, gusting 25, so it should be a nice little fight for the MD-80. I'll stay for the landing before I sleep. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Should be fun. It should be entertainment at least for you, I hope. Not too crazy. Okay, 27,000. We got 096 set. Good. And I've got 1101. You guys, one of the last MD-80 flights for the hockey season. We are totally done in New York with this aircraft after tonight. Well, after this, next couple legs we're finished. We do have a displaced threshold a little bit. I want to see what we've got on stopping distance. So If we go to airports and you look at the airport information, we take a look at the runway 10 right, 10 left. Looking at landing beyond threshold, it's about 7,400 feet. So we have a stopping distance of about 4,000. Plenty of room to stop the airplane. And we're pretty light, so the airplane will not have a problem. We're going to go to the medium side. You could probably even go minimum. I mean, there's a couple of carriers that don't ever want you to hit the minimum. They always want you to go medium. So, I mean, we can. It's not like we have to do a turn. So, cooling is not going to be a problem and it's not going to be that much. I did say I do want to fly with the HUD tonight, just because it helps us out. We're on the night flight. We'll push that to VMC. It's got to warm up. And I will turn the range lower. I'm going to take off the weather just because it's one less thing I have to worry about. We will turn terrain on even though it's flat. And we'll run our checklist and be all good to go here. Techie 4. We are at Peacock. I have got to get a drink of water. I've been talking for 2.5 hours straight. Where the heck is my water at? Make it butter. I miss Cliff messing things up. Yes. Yes, so do I. Cliff kept me on my toes. You know, it'll be fun. I gotta spend some time and see if it worked. Last time I tried Cliff, I had a crash to desktop. So we could try him and see, but who the heck knows? Fort Lauderdale Tower is on. We just hit Peacock. We're over to Techie. Pop wants me to get flustered and wants to throw curveballs at me. Isn't that nice? That's really nice of him. Feels good. 9.7 on the gas. Plenty of fuel. Gosh. Gotta love it. Guys, I got 61 nautical miles. Cliff is retiring for the season. Yes, he is. Unless landing on 26 right in Atlanta, or if I have plenty of room to stop, I use only reverses and brakes off. Yes. Unless landing at 26 right in Atlanta. That's okay. Cliff is retiring for the season. Yes. 26 right in Atlanta. Yeah, it's a shorter one. I think it was at 9,000 feet, if I'm not mistaken. But you got so much traffic in Atlanta. They want you off that runway quick. Keeps you on your toes. Yeah, he keeps me on my toes. All right, through 8,000 feet, 18,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights. Lights coming on. No, man. Anti-collision lights are on. We're going to throw that on. Oh, I don't want that. Yeah, too fast. Contact Miami approach 118.1. Well, just tell me. This is stupid. 118.1. I don't want you to, like, just stop CPDLCing me. It's called radios. We won't be doing that anytime soon. Miami approach, Riptide 5800 through 15,000. Let's go with 3022.
Riptide 5800, Miami approach. Good evening, Fort Lauderdale, altimeter 3022, cleared bunker transition. Expect the ILS runway 10 right approach into Fort Lauderdale.
We're going to go 10 left. Okay, we'll expect 10 right. We're going to go 10 left, just let you know. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Do not screw me up now, bro. There we go. Okay, this is the problem about the Everglades. You can't see. So you can't really judge your distances or anything like that. Proceed direct to Banty, huh? Yeah, I am going to Banty. We are going to Banty. Throttle's on. Yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking. We need to slow that sucker down. You're right. The speed was a little on the quick side. Yeah, 250 now. It should be 280. Hang on. Let's clear this. By the time I'm there, 250. Let's get that slowed down. I got the brakes out. We'll pull that brake. Start slowing that speed down. I got the brakes out. That's why. There we go. Start slowing it down. We get to 250 now. We'll be in good shape. All right, you guys. Here we are. Slowing it down now. 10,000. We got Hensey at 7,000, so I'm just going to keep the brakes. My hands are going to stay on the speed brake. Get the airplane down to a nice speed. We got to be below 10,000 feet. Or 250 knots, which we are now. I'll pull the lights coming out. Get those on, get that on. All right, chutes on, brakes up. Chutes on right now. Look how cool this is at night. Love it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and call 119.3. I'm going to actually tune that right now. 119.3. Chutes on. We'll do the chutes on. What the heck? We're going to need them. We're going to be chopping and dropping today. Oh. Okay, good on the speed. 250 knots. We're going to go to the overhead. We're going to drop the... $250 knots, 9,000. We are armed at 5,000. Let me give him a call here. Lauderdale traffic. Hold on. Sorry.
Riptide 5800, Fort Lauderdale Tower. Roger.
I didn't say anything. I got to call tower. Let me get a little on the closer side. I'll call tower right now. Lauderdale Tower, Riptide 5800, heading to Hull at 5,000, setting up for 10 lift. Did it not take it?
Last aircraft call on, say call sign.
It's Riptide 5800.
Hi there, you are Riptide 5800, Lauderdale Tower, continue.
Okay, we'll continue. Riptide 5800. All right, guys, so we're doing good on speed, 240 knots now. Airplane's nice and stable. I don't care about that. Service is terminated. Good, see ya, bye. Dumb. Don't be a
heavy wind, 060 at 17, gust 25, runway 10 left, clear for takeoff.
10 left, clear for takeoff, Walker 510 heavy.
That's a heavy aircraft coming up. It's no factor for us. 110.1 is in there. 096 is set on the course. Looking for you can see these two flags are red. We're looking for them to go white, and then we'll go from there. So right now is
traffic.
fine.
Traffic.
It's plus 200. Where are you? Yeah, I don't know. That's a say intentions target, maybe. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, that's the say intentions target. I don't see anything here. Getting the snot kicked out of us, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to go ahead and undock. I wish I could sit up more. These dang seatbelts, I tell you what, it's so restrictive. And I got to see how it's just moving all over the place. Gosh, that's so annoying, isn't it? That means I got to calibrate it again. That's what that means. I want 10 left, not 10 right. You should see we're plus 22, so I'm not worried about any of the You should see the Hollywood guitar.
Traffic, traffic.
Yeah, we're looking. It's behind us at 400 feet. It's probably right there.
Traffic,
Okay.
traffic.
Yeah, I see the traffic.
Traffic, traffic.
Okay, we're getting TAs here. Traffic alerts.
Traffic, traffic. Traffic, traffic.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Traffic, traffic. Traffic, traffic.
1,000 to go. All right, you can see how that just went, the flag for
Traffic,
the ILS
traffic.
just went out. So what we're going to do is arm Warlock.
Traffic,
Just going to hold
traffic.
that. And then I'm going to change
Traffic, traffic.
this very,
Traffic,
very annoying.
traffic.
I'm going to go ahead and turn that
Traffic,
stupid thing off.
traffic.
Okay, we're done. Bye.
Traffic, traffic.
That is not a real target. It's not live, is what I'm saying. That was a say intentions target. All right, see how it's going to start sliding me over. I don't want to do that. It's grabbing the ILS is what it's doing. It's hunting right now. It's hunting the ILS. It's hunting the localizer is what it's doing. That's what I didn't want it to do. And now it is grabbing it. Localizer is on. It's tracking out. 5,000. Good to go. I'm going to start slowing the aircraft down here. FMS override. Let's go. Once we're below 240, the slats are coming out. That's what's so cool about this MD-80. I mean, you could just dump it all out right now, and it's pff, doesn't even care. It's like whatever. All right, approach us up. Okay, flaps, speed, 180. First notch of flaps in. It's visual approach, but we're going to be, this is going to drive me crazy. This stupid thing, I might have to just, it's making me dizzy. I'm going to have to just fly it like that for now. It should grab it. Localizer, glide slope is captured, 180 on the speed. Here we go.
Stabilizer motion.
Walker 5101 to heavy, frequency to prove you have a good flight.
Frequency to approve, have a good night.
170. All right, I'll grab the glide slope. Let's go. There it is. One more notch of flaps gear down.
Flaps 15.
Go 160.
Riptide 3022, wind 06017, gust 25. Runway 10 left, clear to land.
Okay, 10 left, clear to land, Riptide 5800. All right, let's go. Another notch of flaps. We'll start, what did we say, 136. Keep the speed up a little bit, 145 flap coming to full. I'm gonna go checks.
Flaps 28.
Should go flaps 40 now. Flaps 40.
Flaps 40.
Good. All right, before landing check, landing gear down 3 green. We got flaps at 40. Ignition is on Bravo. Spoilers and ABS are checked. And engine sinks are off. Pressurization set and check now. Good to go. Hydraulics are on high. Altimeter's good. And landing data airspeed bug. Checklist complete. That was the descent checklist. I missed it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. There we go. That's a better HUD view. Oh, look at that. That wind, boy. Gosh, that's cool. Wish I could snap a picture of it. ABS. All right, we're gonna go arm it. ABS is arm. I'm gonna do medium, a minimum. I'm gonna arm the. That's armed. And we're dragging it in, aren't we? Some crosswind coming in from the left. We're just kind of doing a traditional ILS. I mean, we're visual, but I want to get this right. Check. Man, it feels like we're crawling. Just because of the headwind.
Lauderdale Tower, JetBlue 3212. We are beginning our final approach into runway 10 left. We're about 19 nautical miles out.
JetBlue 3212 Lauderdale Tower, good afternoon, correction, good evening. 10060 at 17 gust 25, runway 10 left, clear land number 2, following an MD-82.
Cleared land 10 left, following the MD-82, JetBlue 3212. We've got information hotel too, forgot to say that.
Thank you for information hotel.
Yeah, a little on the slow side for us.
Riptide, you guys chartering the NHL?
Yes, we are.
Who are you carrying?
I'm carrying the Rangers. We've been doing the whole season.
Let's go, Cats.
There you go. Okay, speed off. I'm going to kick it off.
Autopilot.
Autopilot's off.
That's actually cool that you're flying around the whole season.
Yeah, the entire season. It's on our YouTube channel, FSBN.
Oh dang, I gotta beep it out.
I'm glad it's over.
Yeah.
It's a lot of flying, man. Auto throttle's off. I do want to... I like this view a little bit better. Whoa. And... I can see my gauge just a bit more. I'm going to cheat over on the other side. Just because that wind is going to shift in. There we are. Check. On speed, gear down, good. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, it's just like the slightest movement on the yoke and then the airplane. All it takes.
Approaching 10 left.
Check.
400.
Sync rate. Big sync rate. Oh crap, doesn't help me with the freaking head.
Minimums. Minimums.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Long landing.
Get in there.
Long landing.
It's like a hard kick there at the end. Get off there. I can make this turn. Get off the runway for him. Man, the stupid head tracker. I gotta adjust it. It's all over the place.
Riptide 5800, welcome to Lauderdale, safe parking.
I'm going to shelter.
Alright, Riptide 5800, taxi to parking via Bravo Lima Golf.
Okay, Bravo Lima Golf, Riptide 5800. So we're going to Bravo. This could be a right turn here. Two things going against me. One is this head movement. You can see it needs to be calibrated again. Really screwing me up on that final. So not only did we have the winds, I had my head tracker jacked up. Okay, we're going to Bravo, straight to Lima. And we're going to go slats to 0. Or we won't pull the slats in yet. We will turn off these lights for them. I don't want to blind them. Welcome to Lauderdale, folks. Oh, I'm just gonna have to taxi like this. I'm popping the windows. It's too nice. You would never do that in a real MD-80. You'd be like so loud. Quebec. That's Quebec is the next one. So let's go. This is Lima. Just want to see this jet blue. All right, standby 1. Forgot to do something really
JetBlue 3212, welcome to Lauderdale. Taxi straight ahead on Bravo, Tango 4 to parking. Have a good night.
Taxi straight ahead to Bravo, Tango to parking. JetBlue 3212, thanks.
APU, where are you? APU.
Good evening, Tower, American 2097.
Yeah, shut down number 2. Let's get it off.
American 2097, Lauderdale Tower, good evening. Clear to the Washington Douglas International Airport, correction. Clear to the DCA Airport via the Felix 2 departure, E-Tech transition that is filed. Climb maintain 4,000, expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after the departure. Departure's offline, squawk 7655.
Alright, so American 2097 cleared to the solo. To Reagan, sorry, via the Felix. Departure with the E-Tech transition, climb maintain 4,000, expect 350 in 10 and squawk 7655.
American 2097, reback is correct, pushes out pilot's discretion, advise ready for taxi. Expect runway 10 left for departure, information hotel is current.
Roger, on hotel, we'll call when ready for taxi and expecting 10 left. American 2097.
Maybe? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Spot 52, I forgot. I might have to look at the map. Yep. I gotta look at the map. So I'm gonna say, show me this. No, revoke parking services. So what I need to do is look on the map, and we're gonna do this together because it's gonna be 50 something. Let's stop the aircraft really quick so I don't taxiing or anything. $43, 42, that's the one I want. Must follow me, no. Should be over here. Open now. Nice turn, wide turn, shelter, here we go. This is very familiar to us, folks. We've been operating out of this airport for a long, long time with these NHL charters with the Panthers. And so our first year was with these guys. And actually our MD-80's are based out of Fort Lauderdale, so we're pretty familiar with it. I'll get your comments here in a minute. Let me just go ahead and park this thing. I'm going to calibrate my head tracker, that's for sure. Dude, just stop me. Are you kidding me?
Touchdown aircraft information. India's current wind 060 at 14 gust 22, altimeter is 3024.
Yeah, I'm good right there, brother. I ain't going any further than this. All right, brakes coming on. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Brakes on. We're going to shut the window. Make sure we're on the bus. We are. Let's kill the engine. Number one's coming out. And obviously we have ground services here. Woohoo! This is our home base, at least for the MD-80s, so therefore we are able to put stuff on, like ground power on the airplane. We'll get the air, all that good stuff. All right, seatbelts coming off. Shoot, resume the flight, please.
Lauderdale Tower, Cessna 68329er.
Off.
November 68329er, Lauderdale Tower.
Yeah, we have a request. Can we do some paddle work and touch
Collision
and
lights
goes?
off.
Of course you can.
Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and get the airplane deplaned.
What's your aircraft type? And let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, we are type Cessna 152 and we are ready to go.
Okay, dude, really? Open the
And would this be your final airport?
We're going to go
Yes, it will be.
upstairs. Good. We'll go ground services now. We'll get the GPU plugged in. And then I will
Number
turn upstairs.
68329ers, squawk 5102, maintain VFR.
Off.
Squawk 5102, maintain VFR
Off.
for 329er.
Doors coming
329er, read back to correct, runway 10 left, taxi via Alpha.
You guys are done.
Taxi via Alpha to 10 left for 329er.
And 329er, if you look at intersection departure, you can just, I don't know if you want to taxi full length.
We're going to go to...
Yeah, we'll take an intersection.
Here.
Would Quebec work for you? Half runway.
So what?
Yeah, we'll take Quebec for 329er.
Oh yeah, you got 4,000 feet.
If I can't take off in 4,000, I don't think I should be flying.
Yeah, I think we got bigger problems in that case. Runway 10 left at Quebec, taxi via Alpha, Quebec.
Ground lights coming off.
10 left at Quebec, taxi via Alpha,
I'm going to
Quebec for 329er.
throw this on the right side only for the bags. And let's call the GSX. Come on, dude. Let's go, deplane me. Whenever you're ready, man, I am ready for you. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, forward stairs are coming out. Get off my plane. Anyway, we're done. Hopefully that was fun. It was a good time. I'm going to go ahead and get the airplane tucked away here. Let's take a look at our ground. Now our maintenance staff is here, so I don't have to, it's not going to be a full shutdown like it was going out of Dallas, so we don't have to worry about any of that. They'll take care of all this, which is nice. I will shut the APU down now. Good. They'll top off the oil for us. They'll do an inspection, and we are done. That is coming off. We're going to a hotel. I don't know. I'm driving home. I live in Miami, so I'm 25 miles away. That's where I'm staying tonight. The hotel. Not my house. All right, no, seriously. He's got us in. What hotel is it? It is the AC Hotel by Marriott, Fort Lauderdale, Sawgrass. A nice hotel. Check it out. All right, that's cleared. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from there and find out why it doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to work for some dumb reason. Last but not least, we'll come down here. We've got to do a paperwork. I'll get your comments. Oh, I need to open this up right now. Good. Oh man, that was fun. Good time. I'm definitely gonna calibrate my head tracker. It was way scawampus today. Screwing me up. We'll go to here. I'll get your comments here in just a minute. I carried a lot of speed on that landing. That's why we got the long landing, because it was just kind of cushioning. I had to deplete all that energy. I mean, normally I don't want to do that, but because of the winds, I wanted to carry a little extra power. Okay, 3939, that's good to go. We'll go ahead and write our ACARs. We've got to get paid for this trip and the flight. We took 16,000 pounds of fuel we burned, and those fuel prices are up 65%, so that cost us a pretty penny. That is now good to go. Do an end flight? I sure do. Let me get your comments, and then we're pretty much done. We're in a good state for the aircraft. We're going to leave it just like this, pretty much. Tups 899, what's going on? Nice landing. It was okay, it wasn't great. V-Pilot, hello, what's up? Jack What's going on? Good work, Captain. That's okay. Captain, good job. Yeah, it's all right. You can land wherever you like. I don't know about that. Cody, you had time to make a cup of coffee between gear down and touchdown. I know. I dragged that sucker in, man. Goodbye, Mad Dog. It's almost. You still got room. I maintain 180 with 15 at 15 nautical miles. Man, yeah, but that's a little. I dragged that in. It shouldn't have been like that. Like when I'm flying, a 7.3, I'm pretty fast until about 3 miles. That's when they start slowing it in. But with the MD-8, I don't know what happened. I was just like, yeah, I'll just get it all down. I had plenty of time to get the airplane, configured, really. All right, let's do a quick walk. We'll check it out. Looking at the strakes, looks good. I want to make sure I didn't bang it up or anything like that. Nose radome looks good. Obviously, our maintenance crew is going to do this, but as a pilot, it's good to know. Look at all of our hockey teams right there: Panthers, Rangers, and we do the Mammoth and Nashville. We got pilots flying those too. Good stuff. Yeah, you're right, Cody. That was just dragging it in, man. Holy cow, I wasn't used to that. I thought I had plenty. I thought I was a little closer than I was. Apparently I wasn't. Well, I saw my speed. It was like 210 knots. Like I'm cooking right now. Shoot. Should like how quiet it is out here. Gear looks good. No flat spots, cords. Of course, those JT8 should be leaking a lot of oil. If it's not leaking oil, it doesn't have any. Looks good. Definitely want to look on the tail of the aircraft, make sure you didn't scrape anything. Normally when the VRAS says long landing like that, you really should go around. It's just because I had all that energy kind of dissipated. I knew it was close to getting it on the ground too. It was just like, come on, dude. Just kind of cushioning up the airplane there. Just didn't want to settle. Yeah. All right, we're good. We're out of here. The plane's good, and we are going home. I get my brain bag, and I'm out of here, man. I'll let the ground crew handle all this other crap. Yeah, we're gone. All right, folks. Well, this was a fun. This was a lot of fun. Let's do it again tomorrow night, where we head over to Tampa. We go for is it tomorrow night? I think we fly. Yeah, it's tomorrow night. We go to Tampa. So we go to Tampa tomorrow night. It'll be another late night like this. Right after the game, we'll take off and head up there. So we got Tampa, and then I believe on Wednesday, our last game is Wednesday. You guys, we're done for the season. After we play Tampa, it's lights out. We're heading up to New York, go to Westchester, drop the team off, and this airplane will be coming right back down to Fort Lauderdale, and she's done for the year and retired for this season. No more. We'll use it as a spare next season, but it'll be all 757. So fingers crossed, that's what happens. And it's been a good airplane. I want to see if it tracked the time. Definitely want to top off the oil before we go again. Yep, we're good to go. That is not right, but whatever. Okay, until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. I appreciate everybody watching, hanging out with us. We'll see you here again tomorrow night for another stream over to Tampa. Quick flight, so that should be a fun one. Have a good one, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Boarding at sunrise, the Rangers fly high. Coastal Airways ready for another sky.